And we are live. What's going on, everyone? It's Jeremy coming to you with another live stream. And today, we got the clown media lying, making shit up like they always do. And we know exactly where it's coming from. We know exactly why it's happening. And we're going to roast the hell out of them. And the worst thing you can do is like the video. The worst thing you can do is share the video. And the worst thing you can do is get in the chat and tell them how much you love Geeks and Gamers, because it really, really, really upsets them. And that's why they have decided to push blatant lies, obvious lies, including going after my personal channel, which I haven't uploaded to in 97 days. But they're still mad because I have 100,000 subscribers on my personal channel, apparently, even though I haven't uploaded in 97 fucking days. But now I'm going to make videos on over there again just because you wanted to bring that into the equation. But we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to cover. And I brought what they hate most: receipts. Oh, I know. I brought receipts because if you want to spread lies about me, I'll bring the receipts to prove you wrong, because it's not that difficult. And that's what we're going to do. Now, to be clear, when I show receipts, when I break down what Geeks and Gamers is like and what the people at Geeks and Gamers are like and our entire team, I'm not trying to prove to the media out there or the people that hate me that I'm not what they say I am. You can say whatever the fuck you want. You can say whatever you want. The point I prove is how dumb you are when I show the receipts, when I show what Geeks and Gamers is actually like, what I show the people at Geeks and Gamers and what we have, and how you ignore all of that. It's not to win over your good graces. It's to show how stupid you are. And that's exactly what we're going to do tonight. So hello, everyone. I don't have notifications today because I've already uploaded 3 videos, but that's okay. There's never been a better time to start bringing back the solo live streams than right now. So that's what we're going to do. So it's Salon that wrote the hit piece, and they mentioned multiple creators, primarily focusing on me, the Quartering, and Ryan Kennel from RK Outpost. That's right. And the bullshit that they are saying, it's such a bad article and it's such a terrible argument. And let's just go ahead and start with the obvious. I haven't been part of the fandom menace since like 2019, I think. Like, the fuck is wrong with these people? They're still claiming I'm part of the fandom menace. These people are stupid. They do no research whatsoever. They're still linking me and anyone they don't like to the fandom menace. I mean, who the fuck who's talked about the fandom menace in the past 2 years? Who? It's their new Gamergate. They're just going to keep bringing this shit up. I have actively and clearly stated on multiple occasions that I am not in the fandom menace anymore. I once was, and it was a great thing, but it got to a point where it just didn't seem to represent what it once was. If there are people that are still part of that, no problem there. That's your business. I'm not here to say it's this, that, or the other. But for these people to continue to link the fandom menace to anything, they're just so dumb. They're so fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Swig of water from my leftist tears mug from the Daily Wire, by the way. Swig of water for the working man, okay? I mean, the fact that they brought that into the equation. And yes, we will be going over this article extensively tomorrow on Friday Night Tights as well. You don't worry about that. That will be happening. But I wanted to go ahead and just go ahead and laugh a little bit at this nonsense, because that's exactly what it is. Absolute nonsense. So let's go ahead. I have an archive article, by the way. Archive article. So shout out to whoever that was that sent me on Twitter. I retweeted the archive article. But before I show you that, I'll show you my response to the tweet right here. So this is my response to the tweet. that they have literally no interaction on, by the way. They have no interaction. More blatant lies from miserable, jealous people. Look at the interactions on this. This was posted at 8:06 and it has 23 likes, 19 quote tweets on it right now. This account has almost 1 million followers and you have 23 likes. There's almost more quote tweets. The best part is the place that's writing the hit piece. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. Let's find it. This is from the source that wants to write the hit piece. I got to find it. You know, I don't want to, I'm not brave enough to scroll Twitter. It's right here though. Look at there. From the place that's writing the hit piece on Geeks and Gamers Quartering and RK Outpost. That's the type of content that they want to provide, yet we're the problem. We're the problem, apparently, because we didn't like a fucking bad TV show. We're the problem. I mean, really? Really? It's always projection from these people. It's always projection. It never fails. It never fails. Always. But we already know this about them. We already know this. So now let's pull up this trash article, okay? Let's pull up this trash article and go through it. Right here. I mean, not share. And I appreciate your super chats, and I will get to all of them. Thank you guys for being here. Smash the melee button, and let's roast some clowns. So this is their article over on Archive. I highly would recommend you go to Archive and don't get these clowns any clicks, because that's literally all they want. Because what's funny is they're admitting exactly why they're writing the article. Okay? Let's all stop ignoring the fandom menace. It's real and it's winning. Well, we've been telling you for the longest that the fans are winning. But again, you've already made a ridiculous claim from the beginning. None of the people that you referenced have no affiliation with the fandom menace. Once two of us did, me and Ryan. Quartering's never been directly a fandom menace person. He's been fandom menace adjacent, I guess you could say, years and years ago. But never has Quartering claimed to be he was fandom menace. But this is your new Gamergate. This is what it is. Okay? So you've already told a lie from the beginning. The headline is a fucking lie. The headline is a fucking lie. Now, let's go over why I did not, when I said, like, I'm not part of the Fandom Menace. Fandom Menace was great. It was great. It was cool. It was a group of fans that came together and saw that what was going on in entertainment, and it created this amazing group of people, and it was awesome. And that was really cool. And somewhere along the way, I personally, and again, it's just my take on it. So I'm not trying to say that this is what happened or whatever. I'm just telling you from my perception of it. And again, it's funny how the fucking clowns in this article never mention it, because there's video evidence of me saying it. There's multiple videos of me saying exactly what I'm going to tell you right now. But the dumb motherfuckers that wrote this article don't know that, because they don't do any fucking research, because they are stupid as fuck. But I have said many times, there was a couple of people that, when I can't like co-sign or be like, I couldn't be responsible for all of the people in the Fandom Menace. And there was some shit that was like, people were like sending, I feel like what was happening is that the people that hate us were infiltrating, and they were claiming they were Fandom Menace just so they could make people look bad. And I do think there were some lunatics out there too, but like, people were like typing up like all of these horrible like death threats to Kathleen Kennedy. I saw all of it. You know what I mean? I saw it. And I was like, look, there's too much of that shit, and I can't be responsible for that. And I feel like there's some ops going on. But I said point blank, and there's even an account that I called out that has a YouTube channel and a Twitter account that some people know. I called it out. I said, this motherfucker is a piece of shit, and I want nothing to do with them. Now, you would think Salon would do the fucking research and put that in the article, but they're not trying to tell you the truth. They're trying to spread lies and misinformation and defame people based on absolute bullshit. That happened, I think, back in 2019, I think. And then there was some Fandom Menace drama going on, and I made a tweet, and I point blank said, I have nothing to do with that. Leave me out of that. I'm not part of that anymore. I'm part of Geeks and Gamers. I'm responsible for Geeks and Gamers. That's the end of the discussion. That's nothing, no hate on no disrespect to anybody who still kind of carries that banner, which I don't really know anyone who does. But that was my stance on it. Now, Salon, if they knew what the fuck they were doing, would have added that to it. But of course, who cares about the facts, right? Who cares about the facts? There is video out there. There are tweets out there for me saying this multiple times. But who cares about the truth, right? So we already have a lie to start this off. We already are starting with the fucking lie. Now, it kind of gets into some stuff about Miss Marvel and Kamala Khan, which is something that I have not talked about, really. It's not something I knew a lot about. But so I haven't really covered that. Now, my regret in terms of this particular topic is that I saw someone tweeting out thumbnails of a lot of my friends that were covering this topic, and they were whining about them. And that was my true regret of why I didn't cover it. It's like, damn, I really wish I could have been featured in that because I like being talked about. And so, trust me, I do enjoy this because I can destroy your lies. I can destroy your lies because that's all you are. So we're going to kind of go through I don't want to really go into all of this about Kamala Khan and all of that. But here's where we get. Right here. It moves into it, and it says, the actors are as varied as their motivations. You see some engage in review bombing, as they did for Disney Plus's Miss Marvel, hours after its debut, because it's an easy way to kick what they see as the social justice warriors' hornet's nest. Others camp out in Facebook groups that they have been recycled to manufacture the illusion of inflated offense for their own entertainment. So here we start the review bombing nonsense. Okay, so this is all about review bombing. Download your NPC bullshit. Review bombing. Review bombing is called fans being passionate, and it's as old as fandom. I have talked about this many times. I am a mega Christopher Nolan fan. I love Christopher Nolan movies. Christopher Nolan fans have positively review bombed his movies for years because they love him so much, and they will go to different review sites and positively review bomb his movie because it's called passion, because that's what fans do. But you only want to weaponize this when you can twist it and manipulate it to do something to build a narrative. Why did fans hate Daredevil with Ben Affleck? Was it because he was a white male lead? Or maybe they hated the fucking movie. But you didn't want to write a story about that one, did you? Why did fans trash X-Men Origins Wolverine? Was it because they hated Hugh Jackman in the role because he was a white male? No, they hated the treatment of Deadpool because Deadpool is a fan favorite character, and the fans did not like how Deadpool was treated. Therefore, they gave their opinion. Oh my God, review bombing, right? No, you don't want to write any articles about that. This is called fandom and passion, and it's as old as fandom. The problem is the clowns that wrote this article don't know anything about being a fan. They don't know anything about going into the comic book store or the video game store, or literally just sitting at the lunchroom table in school and arguing over your favorite video game or movie or whatever. They don't know anything about that shit, but we'll sit there for hours and argue over a comic book character fight for 4 fucking hours because we care about this shit because it's called fandom. You motherfuckers don't understand that because you're dumb as fuck and you're activist and you have no interest in this. You just want to destroy. But that's okay, because we're going to monetize the fuck out of you, roast you, and laugh at you. And trust me, I have plenty of evidence to destroy your lies, and it's going to be fun. Swig of water. for the working man. Oh, it's so good to do this. I missed the solo live streams. I missed them. So if you missed them, smash that melee button. And I know you have missed them because you guys told me how much you missed them. Okay, let's continue. Here we go. And you knew what it was all about, ladies and gentlemen. You knew what it was all about. Obi-Wan Kenobi star Moses Ingram was their most recent target. And her harassment and Disney's response, including a video posted by Ewan McGregor that defended her, was widely reported. Not long before Ingram made her Obi-Wan debut as Inquisitor Reva, bigots piled on the newcomer. They piled on, ladies and gentlemen, 4 fucking tweets or Instagram messages. 4. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, this before then. They're talking about piling on Leah Jeffries. That's right. Okay, I'm reading 2 different things here. So they're talking about what they piled on Leah Jeffries with the Percy Jackson situation, which we all know about that one. They all know about that one. And we've covered that one. Now, all of this is either directly or tangentially a decentralized web referred to as the fandom menace. The fan. Can we get a Vince McMahon? Like somebody that could do a Vince McMahon voice? The fandom menace. That's exactly what they think. Every time they hear fandom menace, it's the way Vince McMahon would say it. The fandom menace. A group of extremely online comic book and Star Wars zealots. God, the way that they describe it. Extreme. The fandom menace. Maybe that one will work. I don't know. You know how Vince will just lean in and go, "You're fired." The fandom menace. I think that works really good. So around the dislike of Rian Johnson's Star Wars The Last Jedi, some of the trolls claimed allegiance to that label. Others merely qualify them for membership. What the fuck does that mean? Qualify for membership? There's a membership for the fandom menace? What? Does anybody remember a membership? Like, did we have an online application? What? What? What are they talking about? This is insanity. Oh my God. What a bunch of clowns. Jesus Christ. Oh my Lord. Even those who don't consider themselves part of it or decry their disturbing attack patterns may contribute to their success without meaning to do so. So now this is a way for them to label anyone they don't like as part of it, even if they say they're not part of it. You see what they're doing here? You see what they're doing here? These people are absolutely insane. Regardless of how they identify, each is a cancer cell and a larger hate blob descended from Gamergate and Comicsgate, infecting the fandoms of the most ubiquitous entertainment franchises in the world, mainly Marvel, Star Wars, and other Disney titles. Oh my God. Always Gamergate every single time. Every single time. It's also leaderless and therefore easily deniable, allowing it to proliferate in spaces like this. The reach is fucking insane, dude. Okay. The person that wrote this article, they think that Donald Trump actually went full Harrison Ford in Air Force One. That's what they think. Like they believe that. They believe the statements the other day. Like that's how insane these people are. Like, my God. The reach is insane. The reach is insane right now. Oh my God. So now they're making excuses for their coverage. Okay. Like now they're making excuses for why they can't even label anything specifically. But the best part is this right here. Okay. So it's easier to brace for impact, enact communications, triage, and wait for the problem to go away than examine what's motivating the people behind these hate campaigns. And there are answers to that question beyond the simplest, which is good old-fashioned racism. Good old-fashioned racism. So we finally reached the point where they're just going out and saying it's good old-fashioned racism. That's where we are, ladies and gentlemen. We finally have reached the point of good old-fashioned racism. Now, how are we racist exactly? I guess we'll find out. It's going to be fun to find out. Don't get me wrong. That's enough of a reason for someone to devote a few minutes of time and mouse clicks to do their part in tanking the ratings of a show. Let's see. Don't get me wrong. That's enough of a reason for someone to devote a few minutes of time and mouse clicks to do their part in tanking the ratings on a show they view as a, but like, what do you talk? I don't understand what this even means. Like, what are they saying? Is it sarcasm? I'm not really understanding that one. The attacks on Ingram and Jeffries before her and the campaign devoted to downplaying their severity in the wake of them requires us to at least begin to grapple with these campaigns begin and how each in their own way may contribute to a larger political efforts to mainstream white supremacy. White supremacy, ladies and gentlemen, has entered the equation. Take a drink if that was on your card right there. White supremacy has now entered the discussion. White supremacy is here. And radicalize the disinfected. They're talking like we're Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. You know? Oh, darkness is your ally. I was molded by it. Like, what do you radicalize the disinfected? The disinfected. What are we talking about? What the fuck are we talking about? I'm making fucking YouTube videos and people watch them. That's all that's happening. Good Lord, my God. Geekdom went mainstream decades ago, but it's still commonly viewed as a filter for of adolescent harmlessness. This is useful for the purposes of Facebook groups such as Christians Against Miss Marvel, a private forum. I don't know anything about all of this, but they're whining about that. Again, if they don't like Miss Marvel for their own religious reasons, like, I don't have to agree with that. And I think Miss Marvel is a character that, like, I don't have a problem with the existence of the character, but it's how Marvel has utilized a lot of these things. That's the problem. It's not the existence of the character. It's how they are utilizing it in the bigger picture. And these losers don't understand that because they're too dumb to understand that. We'll get past all this. All this is about Doctor Strange, but we're going to get to it right here. We're going to get to it. I'm going to scroll down a bit because this is just word vomit is all this is. Okay. But right here. Okay. Oh, we've got a guest here. We've got a guest.
I heard there's an article about us.
RK Outpost is in the house. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, Jeremy. How's it going? Man, I was hoping it'd be a better, rag than Salon, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Salon's absolute hot garbage. But
it's so bad, and it's so terribly written and constructed, and it makes no sense. And the fact that, like, when's the last time you mentioned any allegiance to Fandom Menace? Like,
it's been a really long time. I would say like a year and a half, maybe. I don't know. And but with all that being said, I do think there are a lot of people that still just like refer to this general group as that. So I guess in that way it makes sense. But this article is literal hot garbage.
It's so bad.
There is so much fluff and unnecessary stuff in it that doesn't make sense. That they're just painting with very broad strokes and these allegations, essentially calling us white supremacists, calling us racist, call these other things that have no meaning anymore in society because they're thrown around everywhere. But also, so much of this is assuming. So much of this article is written in a way that makes it sound like we're attacking these individual actors or actresses or whatever. Which,
and I'm going to get to that.
Yeah. And I'm only gonna be here for like 5 minutes because I've literally been.
He's had a
gone
Ryan
all
actually.
day.
Ryan actually was on a business trip for Geeks and Gamers today, so he's been.
Yeah. So I've been driving a lot and had to wake up really early and shit. But this is, watch any of my videos and like Kamala Khan with Miss Marvel. I don't think I've ever said a bad thing about the actress, or like maybe about a performance or something like that. Same thing. They referenced the Percy Jackson thing. I've never said a single bad thing. I even said, like, I'm sure she's a nice girl, but this is what she was cast in.
Bro.
When it comes to
I have
Moses
this pulled
Ingram,
up. Have this pulled up for, but I was gonna show this later. I'll show it now since you're here right here. This is me talking about Kelly Marie Tran. Why wasn't this in the article, by the way? I was just curious, Salon, why wasn't this in the article talking about the hatred and vitriol spewed to Kelly Marie Tran? Let's listen to what horrible Jeremy from Geeks Gamers had to say.
Kelly Marie Tran fits your social justice narrative. That is what my problem is. I don't have a problem with anybody rallying around Kelly Marie Tran. I've said this many times. She seems like an incredibly sweet human being. Every interview I've seen with her, she just oozes happiness. She was so happy to be in Star Wars. But there's no evidence that she deleted her Instagram due to online harassment. Do I think it's possible? I definitely think it's possible. But we don't know. My problem is you will rally.
So, man, did you hear all the bad stuff I said about Kelly Marie Tran just then? Wow.
To be honest, it's embarrassing that you said that nice of a thing about a woman. But I mean, yeah, Kelly Marie Tran does seem like sweet and nice.
Yeah,
and
she does.
And I guess I would say the one person this article talks about is Moses Ingram, who I've discussed Moses Ingram.
They talk about Kelly Marie Tran towards the end.
Right, I know, but what I'm saying is like people that I've maybe like criticized at a personal level, that wasn't until she decided to turn 3 troll DMs into this big racist attack.
Yes.
And even then it was mostly just laughing at this stuff, that this is the worst stuff that you get on the internet in a clearly engineered PR play to get people to feel bad for her, and so that Lucasfilm can promote their show by calling us racist. Like that's a joke. And before that, the only time anyone had said anything about Moses Ingram was talking about the character of Reva. And wouldn't you know it, now we're starting to hear all these other things from Lucasfilm about the character and what they were supposed to do that make way more sense and fit way better into what they were trying to accomplish. But they didn't do that because Disney Star Wars always makes the wrong decision.
Always, every time. And
I'm just honored to be in this article. Honored to be mentioned amongst the 2 Jeremys. They decided that they needed to throw me in there. I'm a contributor to Geeks and Gamers. So I'm surprised there weren't more people name dropped in this thing, to be honest with you.
I'm actually shocked. But again, this just shows that these people just they go to they don't actually do any research. Like, this is literally like, if you're gonna write an article, and I'm not like, there's obviously somebody that's far more relevant than me in this world now, and I'll be on a show with him tomorrow. But these motherfuckers are writing 19 hit pieces. You know what I mean? Like, good Lord.
I mean, they reference it several times, and if you actually click through on some of these things, it's like the dumbest shit ever. But they reference that rewriting Ripley piece that was was such garbage. That we made fun of that. We laughed at that for weeks because of how poorly it was put together. It was these people, they're pretending like they're academics when in reality it's just like one lispy lesbian and one fat lesbian that got together and tried to collect some tweets and YouTube videos and say, look at all our evidence and bubble charts. Come on, man.
God damn, K-Biz for $400. Fuck these people. They hate because they like, they hate because they, like you, have said they have no interaction. Who the fuck reads Salon? Keep crushing these morons, dude. It's a freaking joke. Thank you, K-Biz. Holy shit. Mega support from K-Biz. And a lot of you have sent super chats, and I will get to them. I promise. K-Biz dropping bombs. And K-Biz, I got some information to share with you. I might be able to get with you a little bit later this month, man. So
nice.
Looking forward to it.
Real quick before I leave, I want to leave people with this. This is what Salon is. If you didn't If you didn't remember,
Oh
maybe
yeah,
it's
we
been
showed it. Yeah,
6
we
years
showed it.
ago. Okay, you
Yeah.
did show it already.
That's okay though. We've got
But,
a bigger audience now than we did before. So, do you
yeah.
know the history on this or what the deal is?
Yeah, so Todd Nickerson is he referred to himself as a non-offending pedo, right? That's how like he referred to himself. Like he has these urges. I am a pedo, but I'm not a monster. I am attracted to children, but unwilling to act on it. Before judging me harshly, would you be willing to listen? So this is the
Wow.
same level. Honestly, this is probably a better article. It's probably better written than the shit that we're talking about tonight. But
Holy shit.
just a reminder of the kind of stuff that Salon publishes. They don't have very high standards.
Wow. Wow. So there you have it. I wasn't familiar with that article, but
Yeah.
I saw it was posted and then I looked to see if it was real and I was like, oh yeah, I'm roasting them over that. But again, these are the people. These are the people that are going after us. Thank you. Thank you. Because again, like I said in the beginning, and I'll let you go here in just a second, Ryan. Like I said in the beginning, I'm not sitting here telling you that I said this about Kelly Marie Tran, so you'll believe me and maybe you won't hate me. I'm not saying that we have this going on at Geeks and Gamers to try to make any of these people like me. I'm saying this to make them look as stupid as they really fucking are. Keep calling us racist and sexist. We don't give a fuck. We really don't. Like, the words mean absolutely nothing anymore, to the point where we just lean into them and meme the fuck out of them. Because people like this at Salon have made these words absolutely meaningless. They mean absolutely nothing. Ryan, thank you for popping in, buddy. And Ryan and Jay we got some good stuff in the works based on what happened today. So I'm really looking forward to sharing more information with all of you. As time permits, it's going to be a little while before we can work it out, but a big project potentially that'll help everyone that's part of the Geeks and Gamers community. It's going to be great.
Yep.
So,
I mean, I was telling right now we're buying Salon. So they wanted $10 for it. We offered $5. We made a deal. So
yeah. So thank you for this. Micah D literally just paid for it right there with a super chat. So there you go. $5 super chat. You just funded the purchase right there. And I will effective immediately put Ryan in charge of Salon, and then we'll just have women dress up like they're from the 50s and go work there, and everybody will be happy. So
there you go. At least I will be. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably do a stream about this thing tomorrow or something when I have a chance to read the entire thing and laugh at it too. But I'm gonna put out another Ezra Miller's a deranged lunatic video, and then I'm gonna pass out for like 9 hours. So
have a go, man.
All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye, bud. Bye. Okay, so we've kind of reached the point, and shout out to Ryan, RK Outpost. If you're not subscribed to RK Outpost, please make sure you go do that. He's awesome. He's an important piece to this puzzle known as Geeks and Gamers, and his channel's absolutely blowing up lately, man, and it's awesome to see. Okay, so IMDb star ratings remain stunningly simple to manipulate, it seems. Stunningly simple to manipulate. Oh, whoa. And then they're talking about Ms. Marvel. They're really upset about Ms. Marvel. Ms. Marvel was so bad. Like, wasn't it that Drinker's video got like 1.5 million views and it got like significantly more viewers than like the first week of the launch of Ms. Marvel? Like, that's how bad it was. That's how bad it was. And you're screaming and crying over that? Like, that's what you're actually going to hitch your wagon to. Okay. But the point we're going to get to right here, on the surface, these two examples likely rate as annoying ploys to gain attention or take swipes at giant media conglomerate that ultimately doesn't factor juvenile backlash into its decision-making process. But they also serve as a distraction from the more dangerous problem exposed by a handful of YouTuber influencers such as Geeks and Gamers and The Quartering. Geeks and Gamers and The Quartering, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 2019. It's Geeks and Gamers and The Quartering all over again, apparently, whose bread and butter is anti-Star Wars and anti-Marvel videos. Yeah, I'm so anti-Star Wars that I gave a mega positive review of the final 4 episodes of the Clone Wars Season 7, to the point where I said, it's some of the best Star Wars I've ever seen. Yeah, I said that. I'm shocked you didn't mention that. I'm shocked you didn't mention that I said Clone Wars Season 7, even though I had issues with the middle arc, and I actively didn't even watch that, the final season, because I was frustrated with that middle arc. So what are they doing? But once I watched it, final 4 episodes, fucking phenomenal. Some of the best Star Wars I've ever seen. Okay? I also gave a positive review to a lot of The Mandalorian. A lot of The Mandalorian. Not all of it, but I did enjoy a lot of The Mandalorian. I know, shocking, isn't it? So shocking. Wow, how did that happen? But then they fired Gina Carano, and obviously everybody knows the story there. But the point here is that if I was so dedicated to anti-Star Wars, why would I talk positively about the things I enjoy? Oh, well, then you're going to say, well, that's just you trying to offset the negativity. Like, there's no winning with these people. They're always going to change the goalpost. They're always going to change it. So then when they say Jeremy from Geeks Gamers hates women leads. Now, again, I don't need to tell you Ahsoka's my favorite character to prove to you I'm not sexist, because I don't care if you think I am. It's to point out the fact that you're blatantly lying. So my response to say Ahsoka's my favorite character, it's not to go, oh, I like a female character. It's to go, you're fucking retarded. What is wrong with you? How stupid can you be? That's what the point is. It's not to tell you anything to make you believe differently. It's just to show how stupid you are, because that's what you are. You're very dumb. You're very dumb. You're very ignorant, and you have been manipulated by the media to believe these things that are not true. But let's continue on. Successful review bombing, in fact, provides such influences with a data point of proving. So basically, they're accusing us of review bombing. So let's start. Let's go there. Okay. So what have I review bombed? Show me what I've review bombed. I point out what other people have done. But my question is, when are we effective and when are we not effective? For instance, you know what I mean? So, like, what was there? There was, what was it? I can't remember what it, what is this one? I didn't see the movie, the Shang-Chi movie. What is Shang-Chi right now? What is Shang-Chi? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not even sharing the screen anymore. What is Shang-Chi right now? Let me see on Rotten Tomatoes. Shang-Chi Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, let's see. So Shang-Chi. Okay, so now we are responsible for review bombing, ladies and gentlemen. Anytime a show or a movie has bad reviews, we are responsible for review bombing. Okay, it's just that's just how it is. Okay, but of course, I just looked up Shang-Chi. Huh? I mean, what did we just take? Did we take that month off? Did we take that month off? Why is the review score at 98%? Did we just take the, like, did we just weren't effective on that movie? Like, well, how does that work? Like, so we just our impact failed there. Like, that was the one time where we aligned our legion of fans to go review bomb, and they just decided, all of you, all 10 million of you just said, yeah, I don't feel like going to review bombing Shang-Chi, Jeremy. I'm sorry. I don't feel like it today. All of you collectively just decided not to do that, okay? But that's the only one. Every other film that's bad, that has bad reviews, we effectively review bombed them. But we just couldn't get Shang-Chi, apparently. That's the logic we're dealing with. The other question here is, and let's talk about another one. Okay? Let's see here. Now, I'm curious about something, ladies and gentlemen. I'm curious about something. Why have they never accused us of review bombing Boba Fett? Why have we never been accused of review bombing Boba Fett? Is it because the critic score is close to the audience score, so it doesn't equal review bombing? Now, if Boba Fett had a 95% critic rating, we would be accused of review bombing it. But because the critic score is actually close to the fan score, suddenly it's not review bombing? Or how about this one? I want to point something out really quick, ladies and gentlemen. Critics are racist. Critics are racist. Critics they review bombed Man on Fire because they were upset that it had a black male lead. Fans showed how they were not racist, but the critics review bombed Man on Fire because they were upset because it had a black male lead. Now, Man on Fire is one of my favorite films of all time. Can you explain to me how critics came to the conclusion that that has a 39%? Can you explain that to me? On what fucking planet does Man on Fire deserve a 39%? Man on Fire is one of the greatest fucking movies ever made. And the critics gave it a 39%. But if that was an 89% from the critics and a 39% from the fans, suddenly that would be labeled review bombing. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? It's interesting how that works out. It's so damn interesting how that works out, isn't it? The point is that these people have such flawed arguments because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They just make shit up because they are insane people. They don't know anything about anything. And yes, Man on Fire is one of the greatest films of all time. At least it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I'll say that. It's absolutely incredible. Okay, so they bring up rewriting Ripley. They bring up rewriting Ripley. So rewriting Ripley gets brought up, draws a connection between Star Wars toxic fandom and these YouTube personalities and the right-wing ecosphere that came before them and continues to nourish them. Everyone should read it to gain a greater understanding of how these figures profit off racism and misogyny in ways that aren't obvious. So we benefit off these things, and we're pushing alt-right ideology. Geeks and Gamers and the Quartering, the YouTube vlogger moniker for Jeremy Hambley, style themselves as pop culture gatekeepers. Individuals associated, Geeks and Gamers, including its founder, Jeremy Griggs, and contributor, Ryan Kennel, also leveraging their brands as gateways to alt-right ideology via personal YouTube channels. That makes me sound really, really, really bad, doesn't it? Like, that makes me sound really bad, doesn't it? Like, I mean, if I read that, I would just be so terrible that I don't know what I would do. So since we're on the point of me building alt-right, an alt-right pipeline, okay? An alt-right pipeline, okay? Since that's going on, then let me introduce you to our community manager, Siobhan. We are chaos. This is how I've built my alt-right pipeline, ladies and gentlemen. Siobhan has been with me for as long as I can remember. I mean, probably 2015, 2014, maybe. Siobhan's been with Geeks and Gamers since like 2014. That's the alt-right pipeline that we're building, ladies and gentlemen. Siobhan has every password to Geeks and Gamers. She's a proud LGBT. She's lesbian. She's not a Trump fan. She's OG Geeks and Gamers. But that's how I'm building an alt-right pipeline. Are you kidding me? Also, how does this one help that alt-right pipeline? I'm sure this one's helping out the alt-right pipeline, huh? That's the Geeks and Gamers in the bio, right? Have you seen what he says? Have you seen what he says? Look what he's calling Clarence Thomas right there. Uche's on my team. Uche's on my team. Okay? Uche going full TDS, and that's fine. He's upset about Roe v. Wade. He's congratulating, Justice Jackson. He's calling Republicans names. He's going on. But we're an alt-right pipeline. We're an alt-right pipeline. You know how many motherfuckers are asking me always, like, what the hell's wrong with you, Jeremy? But Uche's good people. He has a far different opinion than me. Vastly different opinion than me. But you know what? No matter what I need, Uche has my back. And that's just as real gets. He has my back when I need something. And he loves G&G, and he's here for it. Former NFL football player, loves what we're doing. You might not like what he says, but that's what Geeks and Gamers is built off of, is individuality. As I've said from day one, no one here has to give me no one has to sign off on their opinions to be here. No one. Now, why am I saying this? Am I saying this so Salon thinks I'm a good guy? No, fuck Salon. They can go fuck themselves. I don't give a fuck what these motherfuckers think. They can keep hating me. You can say whatever the fuck you want. Because you know what, Salon? I voted for Trump in 2016. I'll vote for him in 2020. I voted for him in 2020, and I'll vote for him in 2024. I live in the state of Florida. Ron DeSantis is the greatest governor in the fucking world, and you can't do anything to stop me. So no, I'm not trying to tell you that we have diversity on our team, so please like me. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself twice, since no one else will. The whole point is you're lying motherfuckers. That's what the point is. End of discussion on that front. So we'll continue now. So here the part is with the quartering and Geeks and Gamers and Ryan Kennel and all of that. Now here, this is the fun part here. Here we go. Griggs, for example, has more than 101,000 subscribers to his channel, operating under the handle D-Day Cobra, where he posts videos with titles such as, oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, this title is so, it's really difficult for me to read this title because it's so triggering. He posted a video titled, "Freedom Truckers Are Making Canada Great Again." Oh my gosh. It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. Freedom Truckers Are Making Canada Great Again. He actually used that title. Yes, I did. And it was a beautiful video. As a matter of fact, why don't we play that video, since it upsets Salon or whatever their name is. Let's play that video because I like that video. And here's what's funny. I haven't uploaded to my D-Day Cobra channel in 97 days. Okay? 97 days. That's how long it's been. Trying to find this video since they're so upset about it. Where's the Freedom Truckers video? And the reason and it is a really good video, by the way. Boom, boom, boom. Give me a minute. I'm looking for it now. There it is. And it's got Trump in the thumbnail. That's why they're so mad about it. So right here, let's play the Freedom Truckers video over on D-Day Cobra, a channel I have not uploaded to in nearly 100 days. Here we go. Look at there. This really upsets him over there. I don't think I'll get struck. I think that was some type of cover. I'm not sure. I didn't get hit on the video itself when I uploaded it. Oh my God, how could he upload this video? How could he make this video? This is so toxic. This is so bad. Do you feel the toxicity, ladies and gentlemen? Do you feel the toxicity right now? It's so bad, isn't it? It's so bad. Oh, that's such a bad video. How on earth does this young man sleep at night? How does he sleep at night with that toxicity? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, so bad. So bad. Also on one video posted on January 6th. I don't know how they even typed January 6th. I don't know how they even typed it without cringing. Oh my God, and getting scared. Explains the rioting mob as the result of we the people being fed up while decrying the violence. Oh man. So he said, what did he say? Did you point out the fact that I said, because I did say it and I stand by it, that anyone that walked into that Capitol building is an idiot? I've heard from so many people on the right that they were mad at me for saying that. Why didn't you quote me in that? Why didn't you quote that I said that? Why didn't you quote that I faced criticism for calling those people out for that behavior? Why didn't you mention that? Why didn't you mention that? Why didn't you say what I said about the January 6th rioters that entered the Capitol? Why didn't you fucking say that? Huh? Because you don't know what it's like to be objective. You don't know what it's like to be honest. And how dare you to paint me as someone that's somewhat objective on a topic, because you're trying to make me out to be one of the rioters of January 6th, which, by the way, this whole committee is a joke, and it's ridiculous, and it's absolute a clown show. Absolutely. But my God, man, so like these people, these people will just say or do anything. They will do anything. My God. Anyway, back to the point. So they're bitching about me making a video on a channel that hang on just a minute. Someone wants an invite. Who am I going to be inviting? Who am I going to be inviting? Do you have any idea who I'm inviting, ladies and gentlemen? Do you have any guesses as to who is going to be invited? I'm waiting to see who. I promise you, that the person that I'm inviting, they're going to cry. Not the person, but the people that wrote the article would be crying about this person. So who do you think is going to be joining? I don't know. It's such a mystery. So we'll give them a few minutes to get in here. Right here again, continuing to whine about my channel that again is so important that I haven't uploaded to in almost 100 days. But because of this, I will be uploading to it again now, just to upset you, just because clearly my D-Day Cobra channel that gets like 10,000 views per video is such a problem, and it's destroying culture. It's destroying society as we know it. Oh my God, man. Anyway. We have our guest here, our guest of honor, and it is the one, the only, Az from Heel versus Babyface. What's up, brother?
Did you misgender me?
I didn't even know about this until you tweeted out about it. I saw your tweet, and then I'm like, what happened? And I'm like, oh my God. I mentioned
the juicy happened. The juicy. The worst thing about the article, though, I went through the article, and the worst thing about it is there's nothing new. All they've done is they've just gone to the rewriting Ripley article.
It's 2019 all over again, dude. Like 2020,
Used talking points from that, and then loaded the top half with Moses Ingram and Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
The reason why they're harping on it, I've been listening to the stream, and you were talking about Ms. Marvel. Why Ms. Marvel? The reason why they're harping on about Ms. Marvel, because no fucker's talking about Ms. Marvel.
It's true.
No one cares. None of us fucking care. Drinker and I watched the first. We did the first episode. We did a review. Our review was nothing happened.
Yeah. Y'all were like, I remember you saying like there was nothing to criticize.
No, it was just like performances. Fine.
Yeah.
Bye. That was it. That was the fucking review. And then it was like, should we do the second part? Because we were both after the first part. We're just like, nah. So I said to Drinker a week later, it's like, do you want to do the second part? He's like, I'm in London. Let's do it on Friday. So, it was a couple of days later. So I said, all right, we'll do it on Friday. He didn't call me. I didn't call him. We just couldn't be fucking bothered. Right? And I'll let you into a little secret now. Because, like, Kenobi's over and all of those shows are over. last night, I messaged Jane Theory and it said, "Hey Jane," it said, "Should we do Ms. Marvel?" This bit, you know, she was just like, "Nah." And I was like, "Okay, I'm not bothered. You all right?
Oh,
I'll see you for She-Hulk."
Speaking of Jane Theory, I wonder why didn't they
Hmm.
feature the attacks that Jane Theory faced? I'm just this didn't what a big deal, really, I guess. So
well, I mean, the whole the reason why they don't want to do that is because it's a narrative. It's a constructed narrative. It's a manufactured narrative.
mhm.
The whole Moses Ingram thing is so fascinating when you put the pieces together, because before, you know, I mean, the only kind of thing that had been said about her role was, as soon as she was cast, a lot of us, we went, "Here comes the bait and switch." And the reason why we said "here comes the bait and switch" is because this is what Disney do. This is time and time again. This is what they've done on their shows. This is nothing new. Surprise, surprise, we were also right. And then before the show comes out, there's not huge amounts of, you know, talk and buzz about it, because we're all sort of like, Kenobi's coming out. It's likely going to be this. And so what do we hear? Moses Ingram does an interview before it comes out, talks about how Disney had prepared her for racisms that's going to
Mhm.
occur. Then we get non-contextual abuse in a Instagram constructed, edited, highly edited post by her. Could have been to her, might not have been her, could have been written by Disney employees on fake accounts, for all we know. We know that the whole place is written by bots. And then that starts a whole narrative of racism against Moses. And then what do? They enlist not just the mainstream media, they enlist Ewan McGregor. And Ewan McGregor comes out and he's just like, "Oh, I hear there's racisms against Moses Ingram. You're not a Star Wars fan if you're a racisms." And this article follows the same beats, and the same beats are that they are trying to conflate criticism with racism. That's their new plan, because they can't actually fight the criticism, because when we criticize things, they're normally well formulated criticisms of why this doesn't work, why that doesn't work, why, and as we all saw from Kenobi, it's fucking dog shit.
Terrible.
It was terribly written. It was terribly acted. She was totally miscast. Ewan McGregor wasn't up to much good. The only person I liked in it was Joel Edgerton. That was the only person I liked in the whole damn thing. And he
I did like seeing Hayden, but it's not like he did. There was not.
He didn't have anything.
You know, so,
he hardly had a thing to do. And so there was going to be a lot of criticism. So they try and get out in front of it, and that's their new plan: conflate criticism with racism, and that way, when somebody criticizes it, they're trying to stick it next to the label of, "Oh, you're a racist."
Mhm.
This is manufactured by Disney.
It always is, and like this is like the things that they're saying and the words that they're trying to associate. Like, you know, that's exactly where it came from, because we know point blank they hate us. Like, that's a fact. And I won't say when, where, and who. At some point you're going to find more information out on that. They hate our guts, which is fine, because we hate them too. But they despise us, and I don't like. I think that it's so funny that they give us so much power, and it's not that, like, we as individuals, like, the bottom line is we just are speaking for the masses. You're just making bad fucking shit. You're just making bad stuff, and we have voices. Essentially, we have replaced, which was that video I shared with you guys the other day, the whole Collider thing. Like, it's not that Collider was ever like this voice that just reached millions and billions of people, but, like, you know, they were the voice for the media, and it sets a tone, and then that message kind of trickles down. They can't control us now. They can't control our voices, and it drives them fucking crazy. It drives them insane. They can't control it because we can't be bought and paid for like the media of previous years. And the media that could be bought and paid for have become completely irrelevant because real people are now out here. The Critical Drinker gets 1 million views every time he uploads. You know, Gary is crushing it. As and I have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, pull thousands and thousands of live stream viewers. I watched Collider back in the day. We get more traction than Collider did as individual channels now. We just do. You know, and it's not even close. And that was a mega company. So
we can't. The weird thing is, because they talk about, oh, they use this toxic blah 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 to drag people in. You can't drag people in. Do you know how hard it is to get a fucking subscriber on YouTube? It's crazy to get. It's hard as balls to get a subscriber on YouTube, and people are. Disney and corporations treat people like they're fools, like they're absolute fools. They have no individual thought. They have no intellectual thought. And you can't bullshit people. People will work out very quickly if you're a bullshit merchant. And they'll work out very quickly if you're on the grift, if you're on the grind, because people are intuitive like that. They'll go, yeah, I see this person's game. That's not the case. The most, I would say, the email I get the most from people is, I thought I was alone in my thinking of this. And I was so happy to find channels that were talking about the talking points that I was thinking about. And this is a collective of people who are sick and tired of their entertainment being politicized and their entertainment being turned into some sort of intersectional mess. We just want to be entertained. It's not a big request. And so suddenly, I mean, if you think about it, this article from Salon it's completely racist and bigoted at its core, because it starts and defines its first two major talking points with Moses Ingram and Ms. Marvel in a ideological way, in a identity politically way. That's not our issue.
No,
that's not our
close.
issue at all. Our issue is that these are poorly cast, poorly written, poorly acted, and in most cases go completely against the canon, go completely against the source material. And canon is something that, you know, franchises like Star Trek had decades of canon, then suddenly gets taken over by Kurtzman and crew. And they're like, canon's difficult, you know, to control. So we're just going to do our own sort of stuff. That's not what the fandom wants. The fandom wants a continuity with their shows. People wanted a continuity with Kenobi. They didn't get it. They got some absolute nonsense. Ms. Marvel is a non-entity. Absolute non-entity. The writing is... The scenes go on too long. They have no point. They go nowhere. The characters are pretty stereotypical. If you were to kind of get a little bit and say, just stereotypically put a family together, you probably get it spot on with what the family's like in Ms. Marvel. They didn't develop any of the characters in the first episode, and her powers are literally sent to her in the post. I don't care if you're 14 years old or 40 years old. That is pathetic. Yes. Absolutely pathetic as a setup for a superhero.
And
so no one's talking about it.
All we need, good storytelling is not complicated when you are interested in hiring the right people for the right reasons. It's really not that difficult. Like, I mean, no one expected Top Gun Maverick to be this mind-blowingly successful film that everybody loved. A lot of people, myself included even, were like, that's cool.
I said this is the sequel nobody needs.
Yeah, like no one was asking for it. No one was asking for it. Yeah, like no one was asking for it. And even people that were like, all right, I mean, okay, I love Tom Cruise movies. I think he's fantastic. As you know, he obviously is the last great movie star. But you watch it and you're like, the people that made this movie simply cared about the movie. They cared about the pre-existing story that connected to it. And it was wonderful and it was awesome. And that's all you have to do. Like, even like I just keep bringing up Cobra Kai too for the same reasons. I had the same reaction to that. I'm like, fuck Cobra Kai. Who's asking for the Karate Kid continuation? And look at it. You know what I mean? People love it because it was made for the right reasons. These were two fans of the Karate Kid that, you know, decided that they wanted to pull this all together. And it's a phenomenal accomplishment. That's all it takes, man.
That's a really good point, because when we used to deal with fandoms and you would listen to interviews with either showrunner or the directors, you used to get a very common theme go through. They'd be like, you know, big fan of this franchise, you know, big fan of whichever superhero it may be, whatever franchise it might be. Got great respect for this, got great respect for that. And now, using Kurtzman again as an example, he literally said a couple of years ago, it's not about the franchise. It's about using the platform for our messages.
Yes.
So these are people that don't care about the franchise. They don't care about the history of it. They don't care about the lore of it. And they certainly don't care about the fandom of it. The bit that they want is just the inbuilt fandom in itself. And they think because it has an inbuilt fandom, we will spew our messages, we will spew our ideology, and we will collectively grab them in, because they think gay people all think the same, black people all think the same, you know, the pathetic individuals. And then suddenly they get resistance, because they're getting resistance from the people who have actually loved the franchise. And when you think about it, these franchises have gone on for decades and decades and decades. And of course, there's always been bickering within franchise. Who's the greatest captain? Is it Kirk? Is it Picard? You know, blah, blah, all this sort of stuff. But it never got to the degree that we were making YouTube channels and you know, going after these speaking power, you know, speaking truth to power.
Yep.
It never got to that degree before, until they got involved in the franchises, until Disney took over Star Wars, until Kurtzman took over Star Trek, and, you know, until the BBC turned massively ideologically with Doctor Who. And you know, the list kind of goes on and goes on, unfortunately, at the moment. And it's them. It's the Kurtzmans, it's the Disneys, it's them who are the toxic influence, and they know they are, but they're the ones who have the power. We're dudes in a room.
That's all we are.
We are dudes in a room. And yet, we have their ear. We're in their fucking minds, rent-free in their heads right now. They shouldn't be bothered about you or me.
I know.
Or Ryan, or the quartering. They shouldn't give a shit. They should just be like, we're focused on doing this and whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But
and
if
as
they
I
are
said,
focused on this, they're worried. They are worried that we are lending, you know, we are saying stuff which is believable and truthful to an audience, and that audience is coming in. Look at this, the rate at which Drinker's channel has just exploded. You know, I'm over 300,000. You're over 300,000. Gary's hitting nearly 500,000. Gundam is, you know, way up there as well. Eric July, 500,000. You know, these sudden numbers and growth with these channels is because people coming from all these fandoms, and they're just wanting them to get back to what they were. They're sick and tired of their characters being race changed and sexuality changed and fucked around with to fit an ideology. Because at the end of the day, it's all about fitting an ideology. And we just want our characters and the characters that have been created for decades to get the true representation of what they are as a character. That's not their philosophy, though.
No, not at all. It's like I said earlier, fans are passionate, and they always have been, they always will be. And, you know, for them to weaponize these bad reviews or the fans being upset as anything other than fans being upset is such a disservice to fandom, and it's such an obvious exposing of them not knowing what they're talking about. Because like I said, go back to Ben Affleck's Daredevil. Did that get review bombed because it was a straight white male lead, or is it because it was a shitty movie? Did X-Men Origins Wolverine, did that get review bombed because it was, you know, a straight white male lead, or because Deadpool got completely ruined, you know, and fans were upset because they love Deadpool? But, you know, but like all of this shit to try to make fans out to be something that they're not, and people are just tired of it. And more people are waking up to the reality of what's going on. So the more that these people do this, the more that these sites put these hit pieces out, the more we're just going to expose you with the truth. And I love watching them melt down at it. They can't stand it. Like, they hate when we bring up that, yeah, like, well, why don't you bring Ripa into it? Why don't you talk about him? Why don't you talk about this? You know, like, oh, they don't want to mention Ripa because it goes against their narrative. You know what I mean? And then they go, oh, so you have a black friend. And it's like, yeah, pretty badass black friend, as a matter of fact. Yeah, what is it to you? You know, like, they're so dishonest in their approach that it's so easy. Good night, K-Biz. Appreciate you, buddy. And I know we got a lot of super chats to catch up on, and I will, but this is the first time Az's been on the channel since we fought.
I know. Yeah.
Actually, no, we were on your channel. We were on your channel.
We did some sports.
That's right. What time is it, Az?
It's 5:46 a.m.
When are you gonna sleep before FNT, man?
Sleep when I die, man. Look, it's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 hours plus.
Yeah, you got plenty
plus
of time.
Gary time. Plus Gary
That's
time.
True. That's true.
So,
but if you start playing a video game after this, you may not.
I've turned Destiny 2 off now.
But yeah, man. And so we're obviously going to talk about this on FNT tomorrow, and we're going to roast the hell out of it. And I'm sure that, like, I know there's a lot of, like, the stuff was going on with us and FNT taking off. We had 16,000 people watching us last week. Gary's in the chat. He said, go to sleep. So,
my dad.
Gary's been telling you that since like 4 or 5 hours ago.
About 12 hours, yeah.
And I saw, was Jay in the chat? Is Drunk 3PO here as well? We got Prince Lethal here. Yeah, so you have many black friends, not just Eric. I mean, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many black friends you have. You're always going to have that one. Gary.
Well, the article very specifically says white males.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, I pulled this clip up that I posted on Twitter from the convention, and the quote tweets are exactly why I posted this clip. I do have this ready. So this is what the alt-right white supremacist looks like when he goes out in public, everyone. This is the face. This is the white face of white supremacy. Me walking around. Hey, what's going on, man?
Oh, dude. That's a huge fan.
Yeah, man. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm good. We're live. You want to say hello? We're live on Geeks and Gamers.
Clearly hates you.
Oh, yes, been a fan for years.
That's what's up.
Love the work. Love the work.
Oh.
So happy to run
Thank
into
you.
Oh, Chris, go. Hi, Chris, as well. Chris, go in chat.
All right. Talk to the chat. Oh, look at these more white supremacists.
Well, you just turned away to call him all kinds of racist names. That's why you've deflected the camera onto Carista there. That's why.
So yeah,
he's going to choke you. Look, he's clearly trying to choke you. As you barrage him full of racisms, I guess.
All that he's
in an arm wrestling competition to see who wins which race.
All those white supremacists gathering around Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. That's my alt-right pipeline right there. So, it's again, the reason I post those things, look at the quote tweets on that on Twitter. Look at the quote tweets on that thing. And you'll see exactly why I do it. So
look, Jeremy, could you Gary for a sec? Jeremy.
Oh my God! Don't make that mistake.
Just look at what they're calling Clarence Thomas.
Oh,
okay.
Oh. Wow. Yeah.
You're a white guy. You don't matter.
Yeah.
You'll get called everything under the sun. Because it's never mattered what color you are. It's never mattered whether you're a male or a female. It's always been about you ideologically conforming with them. And if you don't ideologically conform with them, then you're an enemy. And it doesn't matter if you're white, black, female, Mexican, Australian, Indonesian, ASEAN. It doesn't matter. None of it matters because this, particularly, I'm not going into the political aspect, but this week has clearly demonstrated that the left, the far left I'm talking about here, are as racist as it comes. And it clearly demonstrates that they don't believe in what they're espousing. They believe in the controlling of the people who they pretend to bat for. We'll see today. Of course, we'll get all those pride flags out of company names and they'll be back to normal, business as normal. and all the rhetoric which has gone on, and the holiest of months, which is now over, will be gone and forgotten about. It's about ideologically aligning with them. They don't want to adhere. They don't want to preserve the history that has built up these franchises. They want to turn it. They want to twist it. They want to change it. They're trying to do it to modern, they're trying to do it to history. When we had the Anne Boleyn, and they race changed Anne Boleyn and wanted to call it a historical piece. No. And the reason that they said they race changed Anne Boleyn, one of Henry VIII's wives, was so that young people will find it easier to relate. It's crazy horseshit. It's like beyond crazy now.
Yeah. And that
People
right
should-
there, Marty,
Mhm.
you represent literally every fan. That's
Mhm.
literally what every fan wants. It's not complicated. You're not asking for rocket science. You're simply just saying, all I want is for you to respect the IP you purchase. That's it. That's what toxic fandom is
That's it.
now. That's what
all.
toxic fandom is. That is the definition of toxic fandom right there, ladies and gentlemen. All we want is you to respect the IP you purchase. That's it. And it's not complicated at all. And good Lord, man, what a disaster we're in. I do want to pull this article back up because we're getting close to some of the good stuff here. How long are you gonna hang around, Ass?
I'm okay.
Okay, so let's see. All right, so let's go back to where they're really upset because apparently my personal channel has 101,000 subscribers, even though clearly I don't even think about it because I haven't posted to it in almost 100 days. I need to now. This is going to motivate me to post to this channel again. So here they are. Has more than 101,000 subscribers to his channel, operating under D-Day Cobra. Upset about the Freedom Truckers are making Canada great again video. I went over all of that.
How
So yeah,
fucking old is that though?
it's like 7 months old, dude. Like
Holy
again, I
shit.
haven't posted in 3 months to the fucking channel. That's why it shows how like if
How
you go back.
outdated this article is.
Yes,
yeah.
because the Rewriting Ripley went after my D-Day Cobra channel. You know what I mean? They went after it. So this is just a copy paste is all this is.
Mhm.
That's all this is. And
because it's been mentioned multiple times in this article, it's either A, laziness on the writer's behalf, which I could easily believe, by the way, or B, that this is another Disney approved mugging,
yep.
attempted mugging. I mean, it's like being mugged by, a fairy with a handbag. But apart from that, it's fine. It's all right. Trying to, what are you doing? I'm mugging
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Well,
You're not-
you see
off.
you see what they've got highlighted in red there. You see those words popping out.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
That's when you
because-
know you don't take them seriously.
yeah, exactly. Oh my God, man. And
His,
you know how
his
YouTube's
piece about
algorithm
Ms.
works.
Marvel reminded me of the invoking of Joseph Stalin, as well as the Nazis in Germany during the First World War. There weren't any Nazis in the First World War, you dipshit.
Jesus Christ.
Nazis of World War II, you fucking
I'm
moron.
I'm going to show everybody how impactful. I'll show you my legit analytics.
It
from
was
the back
Germany.
end, okay.
Germany, World War One, and then the Nazi Germany in World War II. Learn your history, you fucking moron.
Look at this right here, okay? Look at how impactful my D-Day Cobra channel is. I am literally changing the world. I'm going to show you guys the back end of D-Day Cobra just to show you how impactful it is. Look at that. I've lost 181 subs. I haven't posted in 97 days and 9 hours, and I've made a whopping $9 in the last 28 days. Holy fuck, this channel is literally destroying
Thriving.
the world. Like they can't. We must stop this. We must stop this man who last video has 11,000 views. Like we must stop this terror right here. The only reason I'm even at 100K is because I wanted to beat Ryan Kennel. Once I got there, I fucking stopped. Like Jesus Christ, these people are fucking idiots. Like holy shit. $9. He's monetizing hate. Good Lord, man. What the fuck is wrong?
Come on, Salem.
So,
Come on, get your facts straight. If
yeah,
you're gonna dispute, get your facts straight first. Come on, Jesus.
I really
You're the kind of people that believe Anne Boleyn was fucking black. She was black, wasn't she?
People
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this are literally the reason D-Day Cobra's going to hit 200K, because now I'm just going to start posting to it again. I'm just going to start posting everything. I'll start going after the January 6th committee. I'll start posting about Trump, beating people up in the streets and stealing their cars. Like, I'll do it all. Like, D-Day Cobra is back, so you can thank Salon for that, okay? D-Day Cobra's back. I'll make a fucking video tomorrow before Friday Night Tights. That's what you have to do with these people. Like, you have to use them as motivation. Like, I understand the argument of, like, not giving people attention like that, you know what I mean? Like, I do understand that, but when you use it like we do, then it's 100%, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah,
it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope.
You could argue don't give them exposure, but then the thing is, if you do give stuff like this exposure, and then you highlight that they think Nazis were in World War One, then you actually you display the idiocy of it. You actually display their agenda versus what we're trying to do. I don't think you can get more retarded a comment than to try and position being a Nazi versus my opinion on Shang-Chi.
Which apparently we couldn't review bomb because it's at a 98% audience score.
Oh, it was review bomb. That's why it has a 98%.
Exactly. But that was the day that everybody we were going to review bomb, they just said, no, we're not going to today. That was the only one. All the other ones,
if you were, let's go back to the year 2000, right? And 1999, and we watched The Matrix, right? And we came out of the cinema, and let's just say that you said DJ Cobra, YouTube's going around at the time, even though it wasn't. DJ Cobra posts his Matrix review and says, "I didn't like it that much." Just that was just your opinion. And then having the mains, let's say Roger Ebert write an article about how D-Day Cobra is a Nazi because he didn't like the Matrix. People would be like, what the fuck's Roger Ebert? He's lost his fucking mind. He's mental. Yep. Why is he calling this guy a Nazi because he didn't like the bloody Matrix? That's what people would have thought back in the normal days. But now it's such a pathetic analogy to use. And when you have to go to such an extreme, it means that you don't actually have a genuine argument. Because you go to where do you go from Nazis? Thanos? Yeah. You pretend Thanos is real?
Trump. That's their
Trump
next
is a Nazi, apparently. Trump's anything they want him to be. So you don't have anywhere further to go.
I know.
So what if you actually did come out and say something horrible about Moses Ingram that was like completely, unacceptable? Where would they go? He's a mega Nazi. Just like a mega pint, he's a mega Nazi.
They'll do what like everybody does, and no, I mean I'm happy the Daily Wire did it, but like you have all these companies like they'll just make Nazi plus, like he's a Nazi plus, so it's like he's the next level one, you know what I mean? Like this is the next evolution of it now, so it's like it's a Nazi plus. That's what they'll add to it now. So
and if criticizing stuff like Shang-Chi, Black Widow, Eternals, if that's so bad, if that was so wrong, if that was so unacceptable, why did they lose money? Where were the people who went to see them? Where is this woke brigade of supporters that we hear about all the time?
As they're clearly purchasing Riva's lights. Oh wait, no, they're not. Couldn't get that one funded.
No.
Where's
Got
all
10
that
days left?
Yeah. Where's those 30 million views that watched Ewan McGregor's video defending her? Where's all those people at? So like, how much do they need? They need 5,000 backers, correct? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it's gone up by 7 since I did my video.
Friday Night Tights could get 5,000 backers on something if we needed it. Maybe not at that amount of money, but like we could get 5,000 backers is what I'm saying. Like on something if we needed like a project and we were $100, you know what I mean? FNT could get $100, 5,000 backers. We could do that if we wanted. Star Wars can't get it. The Hiss tank got funded in record time.
Within the
Like-
first 24 hours.
First 24 hours.
But not
at
just funded, it hit the first stretch goal within
Yeah.
24 hours. So it hit the early, but it was like, if this gets funded before the 7th of July, we're going to throw in another figure. Well, it did that in less than 24 hours. Then it hit the first stretch goal. So now it gets missile pods. It's 850 away from hitting the second stretch goal. And it's not even been out for 48 hours yet. And that required 8,000 backers. It's got 11,149. Now, I'm not trying to step on your toes because I know how much you love G.I. Joe. But if you were to say, with all honesty, which is the biggest franchise,
Oh, it's Star
Wars or
It's Star
G.I.
Wars.
Joe,
Not
you've
even
got
close.
to say Star Wars.
Yes.
And the last Star Wars piece didn't get funded either, which was the Rancor monster. And that didn't get funded.
It did, and I didn't even know about that one.
That was the last one. They did a
fall?
black series Rancor monster, 9,000 units, and it didn't hit it. It hit 8,500, and that was with all the retailers coming in at the last minute. Couldn't even hit that, so it got no funded.
And the his tank, like I love the his tank is I'd say it's a popular item. It's not like an iconic popular item with GI Joe. It's very popular though, but it's not like Sergeant Slaughter's Triple T, you know what I mean, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's not like a top, but it still blew away, you know, the crowdfunding. Star Wars is infinitely more popular than GI Joe, and it's not even close. Like it's a much bigger brand.
Yeah,
it's a much bigger entity.
The Sky Striker, the plane.
Mhm.
That went into crowdfunding a little while ago. 10,000 units they needed. 16,000 they did.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And this is what this tells you. This tells you the health of the fandom. G.I. Joe, and look, G.I. Joe's not perfect. G.I. Joe's made mistakes.
No,
G.I. Joe's had issues, but they haven't severely hurt the brand on a
but
deep
a collector
level.
collects for perceived value.
Yeah.
And a collector will pick something up for perceived value. So it will say, look, there's value in this product because this is a very limited, it's limited to X amount. This is either, you know, I can either make a markup on my shop and sell a few of these, or I can put this into my collection and in X amount of years time, 10 years, 15, 20, whatever, this is going to be, you know, much higher in price. They clearly didn't see any perceived value in the Rancor monster.
Absolutely not. By the way, is
do.
this article trying to rip off Gary? Like, look at the ad on the side.
Yellow glasses. Gary,
Looks
did
like
you
a-
sponsor this? You know,
Are you still in the chat?
yeah. Sponsored by Nerdrotic.
Sponsor. Gary paid for the article on Archive.
But even the Egon Spengler Ghostbusters backpack, you know, Proton pack, that required 7,000 units to be funded. 21,000. That's how popular that was. So to see, you know, to see this the Unicron, that was an expensive bit of kit. That needed 8,000. I think, it's too old now. It's too old to show how many it did. But that got funded. The Unicron, massive
amazing.
Galactus, the massive Sentinels, all got funded. Even the Jabba Barge back in 2019, 3 years ago, that got funded because there's perceived value in that. Now,
That's dude. Once this Riva lightsaber fails for, you know, the fulfillment, I will absolutely continue roasting it because you can't fake that. You know what I mean? You can fake likes and retweets on Twitter. You can pretend that something's popular, but you can't fake this. You know what I mean? You just can't do it. Like this just shows you the level of interest, and it's not there, and it's not there for multiple reasons.
yeah, with these sort of crowdfunded, collectible items, you normally get a good start, then you get a big dip, and then you get a good finish. This didn't get a good start at all. And it's got to hit three 3,700. 3,700
Yeah.
more backers to get. If this does it, if this ends up doing it, that's going to be quite wonky.
Oh, we're gonna have fun with that. So again,
That's
no,
gonna be
well,
very
I'm,
wonky if it does.
well, you made a video on it, right? And then so we're just take credit for boosting it, showing our power. If that's all we care about, black people in Star Wars, and we got this.
Hey Disney,
this
we can
campaign
sell your
fulfilled,
products better than you, and we don't even fucking like them
Oh my goodness.
or want them.
Okay, so let me get back to the article here.
But I ordered 2 his tanks.
I know you did. I talked to you about it today. Now, right here's what's funny, is it says, so it's talking about me and the quartering. It says, of course, each of these men is sophisticated enough in their approach to prevent running afoul of YouTube community guidelines. So
How?
Yeah, exactly. Like, so
How?
you're saying that we're all of these things, but you're also admitting that we don't break community guidelines.
Yeah, what they've just literally said is
You've
their
admitted
content is within community guidelines.
You have
it doesn't
admitted
breach
it.
community guidelines.
You have admitted that we have not breached community guidelines in any capacity whatsoever. Thank you. You finally did at least the slightest bit of reporting. Unbelievable. And it gets better. It gets better. None of them make specific calls for harassment or violence against the target of like they're
Is this Amber Heard's legal team?
I think it is.
Is this Amber Heard's legal team right now? Because they are fucking up left, right, and center.
Well, and look who they bring into it. When there isn't a woman of color to go after, or Amber Heard isn't in the news, tends to be Lucasfilm president. And this
I
group's
didn't even know Amber Heard was there.
Yes. So you.
So, Mr. Grimes,
So
I believe that you posted all your videos within the community guidelines. Is that correct, sir? Is that correct? And looking through these notes, oh my goodness me, it appears that you have not incited violence or harassment towards anyone. Is this correct, sir?
they admit that we don't do anything wrong, right?
They've just admitted they don't do anything wrong, they don't harass, and their videos are within community guidelines. You're a model YouTuber. Congratulations.
It's so bad.
DSP detractor channels get banned every fucking week.
None of them make specific calls for harassment or violence. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good Lord, man, these people, man.
But my God, we wish they did. It's ridiculous.
It is absolutely insane. Importantly, they and others go out of their way to insist that none of their vitriol comes from a racist place. They're just continuing to tell us how great we are.
Thank you.
What? Thank you. Again,
this is why when I speak to my YouTube manager and I go, "Oh wait, is everything okay?" They go, "Oh yeah." And this is why. I mean, I can't say anything. This is why I might be involved in something this month with YouTube.
Oh,
because we're good boys.
That's right. That
work
right.
Within the community guidelines, tell you, oi, don't go after these people. We're just making points. Don't you dare go after them. Don't you harass them. Don't you be naughty.
We say it every time. We say it every time. Again, I have to read it one more time. Importantly, they and others go out of their way to insist that none of their vitriol comes from a racist place and condemn violence. That's what you always ask us to do. And then we do it. And then you say we don't do it. But then you follow up by saying it that we do it. What?
Wait a minute. Hold on. By their logic, this Nazi that I'm on stream with right now, this Nazi makes his videos within the community guidelines and goes out of his way to make sure that people do not act in a racist, or a harassment way. I never thought I'd say this in my life. You're the nicest Yahtzee I've ever met.
I'm the nicest ever. Oh my.
Jeremy Grant, the nicest Yahtzee.
Oh man.
Who?
But such disclaimers tend to be adjacent to gaslighting or misinformation diatribes.
Don't harass people. Don't go after these people.
Condemn violence.
Condemn violence. That's gaslighting. No. It's saying don't go after people and don't harass them and don't threaten them. We're just having a fucking whinge and a moan on these channels, all right?
That's it. My God.
That's adjacent. Adjacent. My fucking house might be adjacent to a prison. It doesn't mean I'm a fucking prisoner.
So here's what's funny. If that's so, one popular argument goes, why didn't we hear any of the racist bash lag for, how do you say it name?
Sorry, where are we? Oh, Ming Na Wen. Oh, Jeremy's gone. Okay, if that's so, one popular argument goes, why didn't we hear any of the racist backlash over Ming Na Wen? A, because she's fucking boss. Okay, she's cool as fuck. She's an icon. She's a geek icon. She's Chung Li. And I don't care what other people say. I fucking love that Street Fighter film with Jean-Claude Van Damme and Kylie Minogue. Casting in The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, or Rosario Dawson taking on the role of Ahsoka Tano. This obviously ignores the salient fact that Wen and Dawson probably have longer careers and more managerial layers between them and their online. What? How does that make a lick of sense? Wait a minute. How many layers of management and spin and all of that do you think there is between me and, let's just say, Joe Biden? I reckon there's quite a lot. Watch this. Joe Biden's a senile old cunt. That didn't stop me, did it? This is Jeremy, by the way, on the phone. So his internet is back.
I'm on the Wi-Fi now. I don't know how good the connection is. I know everybody's like, they got him. They got him.
They got him. They shot him. They took him out.
I'm on the Wi-Fi
But it's just
now.
they just made the most useless point. They're saying the reason why Rosario Dawson and Ming Na Wen aren't criticized is because they have more managerial layers between them.
Yeah.
I just called Joe Biden a fucking senile old cunt. How many fucking layers of management and spin and guards and all that do you think there are between me and him? I reckon more than there are between me and Ming Na Wen.
These people are truly insane, and they don't even understand that. Again, they're clearly dumb. Look how many times they've contradicted everything. They spent this entire thing building me and Quartering and Ryan up as Nazis to only go, now, by the way, these guys go out of their way to like, wait,
they don't do anything wrong.
Yeah. Like,
and they go out of the way to make sure that people aren't harassed, but they are fucking Nazis.
Yes.
And being nice is adjacent to being nasty. So they're clearly nasty boys.
Oh my goodness. So they bring up like Rosario Dawson and everything. Again, Rosario Dawson is a left-wing person, very left-wing. And I'm a huge fan of hers. I've always been a fan of her as an actress. And I think that her Ahsoka Tano is really good. Oh my God. I'm really pushing the envelope of racism here, apparently. Because they like to say, like, well, when they don't agree with their politics, like I can't tell you how many times they've said, if there's someone that they disagree with their politics, then they will go after them. I disagree with literally every single thing that Rosario Dawson believes. Literally. There's not one single political issue that I agree with Rosario Dawson on. Not one. And I think she's awesome as an actress.
Well,
She's a fantastic actress.
Why judge us by their standards? I don't give a shit what actors are politically aligned. I never cared.
Yep.
It's only in the last 5 years or so that everything's suddenly got. If you don't, if you eat Opal, Starburst, and you're a conservative, then you're a Nazi. But if you eat a Bounty and you're a fucking Republican, then you're a good person. No, they're just this nonsense, this absolute nonsense. Oh, well, this person aligns politically. That who gives a fuck?
Yep.
Who cares? Can they act?
Doesn't matter.
Are they good at their job? Are they believable in their roles?
Ooh,
Am
hold
I
on.
entertained
Wait,
watching them?
you're getting really close to alt-right content right there. Don't ask if they're good at their job.
I don't know. All these Nazis I've met are really nice people.
Clearly, I know community guidelines, and you're getting really close to the community guidelines.
I'm within the community guidelines. I'm within them. I don't get it. I go on my way to say don't content, but I don't get it.
Good Lord. Oh my goodness. I don't know how long my internet's going to hold
just
up,
read that bit out with the Ming Na Wen business. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Last paragraph.
This obviously ignores the salient fact that Wynn and Dawson probably have longer careers and more managerial layers between them and their online fans and haters, whereas Ingram, Jeffries, and others appear to run their own social media accounts, making it easier for trolls to see the tangible impact of their attacks. What?
Bye. See? That was so stupid. Jeremy nearly got knocked off the Wi-Fi again.
I didn't.
It's just like, oh, Ming Na Wen's probably got a management team. So when somebody's still got to fucking harass her, you dipshit. And if they harass her on Twitter, for example, then it's there for everyone to see. Whether the management team pick it up or fucking Ming Na Wen picks up a phone and goes, fuck off. It doesn't fucking matter. It's still been written and there for all to see. There can't be harassment without there being harassment. It doesn't matter who's running the fucking social media account.
No, it doesn't.
Bloody plebeian.
It literally doesn't. And now, for example, enough trolls bombarded TikTok's admins with enough fake violation reports to get both Jeffrey's accounts deplatformed in the wake of. We covered this, like geeksandgamers.com covered the Percy Jackson stuff. I don't know a lot about that one, so I'm not gonna make any statements on that one. But if it's Salon talking about it, then it's probably being misrepresented completely. But I can't speak on it directly.
All I know is the casting for the new Percy Jackson has race changed some of the characters. And people who are fans of Percy Jackson, I'm not personally, I don't know Percy Jackson, but fans that were, aware of the source material were just like, why have you race changed these characters? And then the author said, because I can, basically.
Yeah.
He also said under his breath, without anyone hearing, I've got to, otherwise they're just gonna throw me out of Hollywood and I need the work.
Well, I do know we covered this on geeksandgamers.com, Blabbering Collector, and she got dragged on Twitter when she was basically like, she was calling it out, and she got dragged on Twitter, and they were all blaming me for the fucking article, by the way. They're like, he's at it again. So exactly, like why would they be upset at a woman? But they were targeting me though. They're like, Jeremy is so fucking just go, and they were like, Jeremy had nothing to do with this one. They just see Geeks and Gamers and they think me because they don't do any research because they're just that dumb. Now we get into the part with the official statement from the Star Wars account and the we resist. And right here it is. We know
like people are resisting to buy that fucking lightsaber.
They damn sure are. We know Reva got a lot of backlash for her acting, for her spot in the story, for her importance, for everything she knew, for the continuity, and a lot of different things. Kennel spews in a reaction video. Kennel spews. Lucasfilm wants to paint anyone that didn't like this character as a racist because they continue to attack fans.
Correct.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Correct.
Like, yeah.
They literally manufactured a whole fucking racist narrative. We just discussed it. So, yeah. Well,
I just want to point out that's the quote that they decided to lead in on to do the gotcha on Ryan, by the way. That's the worst thing that they could find that Ryan said, apparently. That's it. And monetizing the outrage of the disillusioned is lucrative. Well, as I showed my D-Day Cobra channel, which is the first channel you decided to go after. Clearly, the $9 I have made in the past 28 days is showing the power of the monetization. Of
$9 or 9 Deutschmarks, Jeremy.
If you consider that a YouTube personality, oh, here we go. This is what they were going after, that Umbrella guy and Ricada, because I do understand this one, and you're probably going to get mad. The chat's going to probably get mad at me on this, but I do understand how doing a job well and getting paid for it is a direct tie to Yahtzee and white supremacy and alt-right. And yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense because, like, white supremacy, it equals apparently like that's their thing. Like, because LeBron's not a billionaire. No, it's only white people that get paid for doing a good job. Apparently, LeBron's not a billionaire. Because
how much ad revenue did the websites make who have espoused this?
Well, but that's the problem, that you're not privy to that information. You're not allowed to have it because it's toxic to ask that.
Anyone like that does a job that is that, the beauty of this is let's take Nick Ricada as an example. Nick put out some of the most entertaining streams when it came to the Herd trial. It wasn't stuffy. He got people on, lawyers on. They knew their stuff. They discussed the legal talking points. But Nick's not a stuffy guy. He's an entertaining guy. And he did it in an entertaining way that drew the lay person in. I don't know legal or legalities. And it was really interesting to listen, because the court case in itself was so fucking weird and bizarre. But the commentary that they added to it was wonderful. Now, I sent Nick super chats during his streams because I was entertained and I thought it was good fun. Tons of other people. I didn't hear Nick once ask for super chats because he doesn't. These are decisions that have been made by the people who are watching, the audience who are watching, that have, and we'll use the terminology, I know this is stuffy terminology, but perceived value. They said, hey, I've got some money and I'm going to super chat Nick because I think this has been a really good, entertaining stream.
It's really terrible.
Is that different from, let's say, a comedian selling tickets to go on stage? People go, oh, I know this comedian. That's a funny comedian. I'm going to buy their ticket because I perceive the value of the comedian to go see them live. This is what they don't understand is this is the future. This is how things are. They're losing their grip. They're losing their white paper advertising. And people who come into the stream have the autonomy to watch for free. And that's absolutely cool because they've come into a stream and they've added to the value of the stream by being here, which affects the algorithm, which pushes it. So that's great and fantastic, through to other people that might hit memberships and might hit super chats. But that's up to them. Nobody's got a gun to these people's heads.
No.
And that drives them mad because Nick made good bank. But I think Nick deserved every fucking penny that he earned.
He 100% did.
And they're mad because they're not making this, because this person who wrote this got $40 fucking maximum for this fucking article. Yeah, that's the best. If you've crashed, I really hope so, because that is the best photo. Everyone, print your screen right now. I need memes. I need this face to be flipped 180 degrees, and I need this face to be put instead of Leonardo DiCaprio at the table with his drink, because I think that's just absolutely perfect. But this is up to the audience now. This is the future of entertainment. It's up to you. You to decide, you know, whether or not you want to super chat or not super chat and just watch. And it doesn't, and it, that's fine. That's fine. It's all based off the entertainment value that you get. Nick did a great job. Other legal channels did a great job. The people he brought on were great. It's entertaining. Why is there any difference between what's the difference between Nick bringing on a bunch of lawyers for the Amber Heard trial and Friday Night Tights? It's just the topic that's different. It's just the topic and the people that are different. Friday Night Tights, different people talking about pop culture. Nick stuff, lawyers talking about Amber Heard in an entertaining way. They're mad. They're mad because this is the future and they're not with it. They're not getting there. They're not autonomous over there. You run Geeks and Gamers. I run Heel versus Babyface. Gary runs Nerdrotic. You know, Eric July is responsible for Eric July and the Ripperverse, which is now coming. Critical Drink. We have the power over ourselves. We work hard. Hopefully we'll reap the benefits. We don't work hard. We get $9 on DJ Cobra on on 100.
That's it. No, but that's it. That's the whole point about why I'm trying to show that is it's like, well, for two reasons. Number one, if we don't work, we don't make money. And if we don't stay up to date on it, and it shows how out of touch with these idiots are writing a hit piece on a channel that hasn't uploaded in 100 fucking days because they didn't do any research whatsoever. All they saw was like, oh, he's okay. Well, you know, he's got 100,000 subscribers over there. This is definitely the alt-right pipeline. Like, well, clearly the alt-right's fallen off then. That's the case. Because I haven't even made a fucking video in almost 4 months. But, you know, and so if you put the work in and, you know, you get the grind, and yeah, there's some algorithm blessings that goes along with everything. There's some luck involved, connections, whatever it may be. But it begins and ends with work. If you don't take the first step, then you're not going to be in a position to, you know, be where we luckily have found ourselves. And we all are very, very thankful for everything we have. And that's another thing. Like I know I haven't read a lot of super chats tonight, but I mean, I'm reading the chat. I saw, you know, a few minutes ago, we had someone saying, hey, I've got to call it a night because, you know, got to work or whatever, but good luck and F&T tomorrow. Can't wait. I've seen a lot of you in there making fun of my frozen face when I froze up once again. You know, I see you in there. I see Krista in the chat right now. I see Christian. I see Marco. We love all of you and appreciate all of you. And we know that we're only here because of you. And that's something that you don't get from the mainstream. You don't get that because they think that they belong there. They think they are entitled to those positions.
You're lucky to be our fan.
Yes,
that's Disney.
100%. And, you know, and that's what it comes down to. And so these people are really out of touch. And let me get back because I want to get to the end of this because I'm gonna try to get through some of these super chats. And I don't know how much longer my internet is all fucked right now. I don't know what's going on with it. But I don't know why this is in here, by the way. Why is Spider-Man No Way Home a film that literally made everybody happy? And I don't really understand this.
What do they say about him?
They don't really reference it, I don't think. They're talking about YouTube pay and how much people get paid. And it's mainly men, by the way, make it their job to pump out multiple videos a day.
So you're saying men have got good work ethic. Thank you.
Yeah.
The compliments keep flowing.
Oh, I know. Right here. I don't.
It's bad, folks. It's bad that the people that run these channels want there to be content for their audience. That's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. It's so bad that people have work ethic and they don't call for violence or harassment.
And stay within community guidelines.
Stay within community guidelines.
This sounds like a dream of a YouTube channel. I want to subscribe right now. Right this very second. Just point me to it, folks. I'm subscribing.
Hey guys, these channels stay within community guidelines. They go out of their way to make sure you know that it's not racist or call for violence. And they're got good work ethic.
How dare they?
Oh my god. So look, anyway, I'm gonna
coming to take this part. This is definitely not a hit piece.
Yeah,
this is a love bomb. This is a love bomb.
There it is. The Rewriting Ripley post acknowledges this. So that's kind of what they end on.
How many years ago did that come out? 2 years ago?
Yeah, like that was, oh my God, man. What a disaster that is. And again, we're going to dive deeper into this on Friday Night Tights tomorrow for sure. My good. We're Jay Price. We are definitely going to bring this up on F&T tomorrow. Don't worry about that. And I think Garrett said they changed the headline. Is that what he said in the chat? They changed the original headline. What did he say? Let me go to that.
The article.
Yeah, the article.
Yeah.
So the article. The
original headline was
time to stop
I'm a
ignoring the
pedophile, but not a monster. Oh no, that's another article.
That's another article.
Sorry, my bad.
As a matter of fact, while
time to stop ignoring the fandom menace. That was the original title.
Okay, that's the original title. Yeah. So right here, just so we're clear, for the 2,500 people that are here watching this at 12:30 Central, appreciate that. This is the type of people that are writing the articles about us right here. Okay, this is from 2015, right here. This is who's writing the article saying we are so bad, yet don't break any rules, and we don't call for racism. And we don't call for violence, and we have good work ethic.
But that was written by a guy who calls himself a pedophile. No,
yeah,
but yeah, that's the salon. That's the judgmental salon.
This is so funny.
Who hire people who literally confess to being a pedophile.
That's who we're dealing with. Now, what type of mega interaction do they have on that tweet? Have they gotten any real interaction yet? A whopping 32 likes. Whew. Whew. A whopping 32 likes.
Can I give this a... Ooh. That's a big reverberating oof.
What's so funny about this? And again, the more we think about this, the more we're able to pick this garbage apart. But have you, and I honestly don't know the answer to this question. Were you ever like officially a Fandom Menace guy back in the day?
No.
Yeah, and neither was the Quartering. You know what I mean? Like Quartering never was like, I am Fandom Menace. He was like, he's like, I'm friendly with those guys or whatever. Obviously I was, but that was like 2 years ago. Like I've been vocal about the fact that I have nothing to do with this shit anymore. And here we are 2 years later, these motherfuckers are getting the fan. That's the new Gamergate. That's what it is. It's the new Gamergate.
If the Gamergate is referenced in the article, that's how Gamergate. I'm going to be, for some reason, I'm going to live to 98 years of age, and I'm going to be on my deathbed, and I'm going to go on to Twitter 6.0, and there's going to be fucking Brianna Wu, who's been kept alive on life support, going, Gamergate. It's going to be like this beginning of Citizen Kane, but instead of Rosebud, Gamergate.
Jeez, man. It's just unbelievable. It really is. And this is such a poorly written and researched article. And I do believe that this is just kind of a copy paste of the Rewriting Ripley, garbage that came out. I do believe that, which to the Rewriting Ripley credit, like I wish they would have hired you to edit Konobi, because your evolution of Ryan Kennel from, clean shaven, nice guy to like raging, race, that was great storytelling. It really was. You know what I mean? Like Ryan starts, hey guys, I'm just, and he's like, these women, like that was great storytelling. You know what I mean?
In the kitchen and get fucked.
Yeah, like I look, I always can appreciate good storytelling. Okay, the Rewriting Ripley had great storytelling. I really did. Like I totally would not, I would give that the editing a 9 out of 10 on the Rewriting Ripley.
I think they got a couple of WWE writers in on that one.
And then it ends with nice Ryan again. He's like,
Nice Ryan's
"No,
fighting,
it's just-"
fighting radicalized Ryan-esque.
It was so funny because, again, if I like, here's how bad they are. Here's how bad they are. The Salon article didn't even reference Ryan's Batman review. How did you miss that? How did you miss that? Like, come on. Good Lord. It had a million
Too
views on
busy
Twitter.
love bombing channels with their work ethic and how much
Jesus.
they stuck within the community guidelines and told people not to be nasty.
It's so bad, but oh so damn good. Oh
In
my
fact, they
goodness.
go out of their way to make sure that people.
I'm gonna screenshot that and put that as my
Yeah, it's your
background on
banner.
Twitter. Doing it right now. Fucking doing it right now.
I'm gonna screenshot the Nazis in World War I and put that on my banner.
Yeah, let me find the. All right, here's the archive article. Let me go. I'm screenshotting that, and it's going to be my background on my Twitter bio. Let me see if I can find it really quick. These men go out of their way. Hang on.
And they've
Where is
got
it at?
great work ethic.
They've got great work ethic. All right, let's see.
Wasn't remember when they were doing those stupid things about signs of white supremacy, and one of them was like good work ethic?
Let's see. This
Are
is gonna
you
be good.
always on time to work? Do you do your work and do it to the best of your ability? You might just be a white supremacist. Huh?
Oh
Yeah,
God!
I just do my job. No, don't you say that to me, Nazi boy. What?
All right, where's it at? All right, the video is time. All right, got that. Okay, importantly, yeah, here it is, right here. Okay. All right, so clip. Okay. All right.
By the way, nobody's nasty to Ming now when because we all want to do it.
Yeah. Of course, that's the only reason. All right, so I got to work on editing a little bit so I can make it fit in there. But yeah, I'm definitely going to make that a thing because this is all you need to do. And Ripa says this more than anybody: mock and shame these people. You know what I mean? Mock.
This is one of the other reasons why we talk about this stuff is we love to monetize idiots.
Yes. Whenever you go out of your way to, try and defame people for having a difference of opinion, because that's essentially all this is. You're just upset because someone has a difference of opinion. And
It's a difference of opinion at its core, but ultimately, then it branches out into respect for canon, respect for characters, history, lore, etc., etc. So it does go deeper, but yeah, ultimately, it's just because heaven forbid, when it comes to fandoms, we just want our fandoms to be the way that they were created. Is that a bad thing?
That's a really bad thing. I can't believe you said that. To be honest with you, I can't believe you said that. I again, as an expert, as an expert on YouTube community rules.
Can you please tell the chat not to attack me, though, not be racist against me, and not raise arms up in violence? Because I hear you're pretty good at that.
All right, here we go. All right, I've got my YouTube banner now. All right, let's see.
Cancel me, chat.
I'm sorry, not YouTube, Twitter. So let me change that. Okay, I'm gonna show all of you. Don't worry. Choose existing. Bam. Okay, and let's blow that up.
Get out your banner, Friday Night Tights.
Okay, so let me show you guys now. Did it save?
Importantly, they and others go on their way to insist that none of their vitriol come from a racist place and condemn violence.
There we go. There's my Twitter bio. They and others go out of their way to insist that none of their vitriol comes from a racist place and condemn violence. Thank you, Saloon.
That should go with the banner of the salon hit piece had problems.
Yeah, you know what? I'll probably add something to it. Yeah, I probably will. I'll probably add the screaming SJW to the bottom corner too, just for good measure. God,
The
I
editor of the
love it.
salon hit piece wasn't too happy.
They were not too happy at all. God, these people are so easy because, you know, like it's not complicated. It's just not, you just can't be scared of them. You can't be scared of them because they operate within the framework that you're going to be scared of them. You can't be. You either ignore them or you respond to them and show them that you don't care, but don't cower, don't apologize, don't do any of that stuff. It will never work. We got Darius Harvey for $99.99. That was a long time ago, but Darius, you're always a big supporter. And then Darius came back with another 50, and he says, quote unquote, "No, as LOL." I don't know what that was in reference to. No, as LOL. I'm not sure what that was in reference to. We've got Batgoat. Oh God, Batgoat, you're gonna do this to me, aren't you? $20. Batgoat. It's been a long time, Batgoat, but we'll do it. He says, Reverend Olstein, it's been way too long. Please bless the chat. Thank you very much. This is Reverend Jeremy Osteen. I am just here to bless the chat. We're just looking for a few super chats because we need a new private jet for my new church venture. If you can send at least $5 to $10 to $500, it would be great, and the Lord will bless you and all of your might as long as you send super chats. All right, there we go. It's been a long time since I did that. Batgoat.
Yes,
that's old school. That's old school. Do you know who Jeremy Osteen is?
No,
he's
they're a TV evangelist.
Yes, that's exactly. He's based in Texas, and he's like. He's such a slime ball.
Jesus,
he's such
I am so sorry that prostitute fell on my penis.
Oh, dude, yeah. So Jeremy Osteen, his name is Joel Osteen, but I pulled a Jeremy Osteen, and so people were sending when they would send big super chats, I'd start saying, "Oh, praise Jesus, I need it," because Jeremy Osteen is so freaking rich, dude, and he's just, oh man, dude's mega rich. He's got this he's just your prototypical
what happened to it's easier for a camel to fit through the eye of a needle than a rich man into the kingdom of heaven?
I heard that. Well, he's rich as hell, bro. I mean, he's balling like rappers, man. He's got money. He's got a mega house.
The biggest needle with the biggest hole.
You gotta look up Joel Osteen, dude. You gotta look him up. He's so
Is he
charismatic.
just a typical evangelist though? I could picture in my head.
Oh no, he's got the southern charm. He's got the smile. He's got the pretty family. His church is insane. It's insane.
Yeah, but he's a con artist.
Essentially, yes. That's how I view him. I view him as very much a con artist. The most perfect
bless him
yes. And I view him as a cult leader of sorts. Is how. No offense, I ain't trying to offend nobody's in church. I respect all that. I just think Joel Osteen, I find him to be a very, very, very manipulative human being. So yeah, that's what that's based off of right there. And then like I said, K-Biz dropped 400 earlier. Thank you, K-Biz. I appreciate that. Obviously, I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Good Wrench, $25. Forgot to thank you for the games yesterday. Fall Guys was a good time. Need to play some games with Az too. Dude, when's the last time you played Fall Guys? I played it but
when
it first came out,
dude, they gave money to Anita Scamtasian.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know about that. I stopped playing. I played Fall Guys when it blew up at first.
Yeah,
and then I played it again. But then the new update came out, so the chat was asking us to play it, and we played it last night. We played it with 60 people, the fans, the chat, 60 fucking people, 60, and it is free now. So that's
why they gave $100,000 to fucking Anita Scamtasian.
I didn't even know about that. So I didn't hear nothing about that. Which Fall Guys has been off my radar for forever until that. But we're gonna do a Fortnite lobby soon. I don't think Az plays Fortnite, do you?
I used to.
Okay, I have to get you on our Fortnite. I'm obsessed with that fucking game.
It's been a long time since I played Fortnite.
It's changed a lot. Like, how long's a long time?
Back in day, when sun used to rise in south and going down in north. Don't
That's a
get that
long
nowadays. It all comes up in east and goes down in west. Kids don't know the bond nowadays. Really don't. I would say the last time I played, Jesus Christ, dude, the last time I played Fortnite, one of the developers on it followed me on my other account. So I'd message him, go, dude, did a great fucking job with this game because I used to have a lot of fun. It's probably been 5 years.
Woo! You're gonna walk into craziness, dude. It's changed.
Oh,
well, again, I didn't
maybe
play
about
it for
2 years.
Okay, well, the no build mode is why I play. No build is why I play.
I can't.
It's
Dude,
fantastic.
I can't build.
It's fantastic. So this had no building. So now it's just a shooter. Is all it is. It's just
I have
battle royale
one. I
shooter,
have
so-
won legit Fortnite matches though. Just like
We're
I've
gonna get-
won Warzone matches. You know.
We're gonna get Az on. So Geeks and Gamers play. That's where we play games tonight. Johnny and Kongman had their epic 1v1 on Smash, and Kongman pretty much beat the shit out of Johnny, which is crazy because Johnny's really good, but Kongman is next level. So that was crazy. I was a little distracted because that's when I was just finding out about this hit piece and everything. But yeah, Geeks and Gamers play. That's where you'll see us play the majority of our games, except for Mario Kart on Sundays. Obviously, we play that every Sunday here on the main channel. And I do apologize. Like I'd say, Rippa needs to get more athletic because he got his ass beat on Sunday. I don't know what happened. Sorry, Rippa. Maybe just get good. I don't know what happened there, buddy. Poor guy. Poor Rippa, But all right, we got Jay Schwalbach says Tim Pool busted up Miss Marvel tonight. Said it was crap. Ha ha ha. Attack Pool bitches. Krista Nova took all my money tonight. Still need Krista Explains It All podcast, please. I don't know if that's true. I doubt that Tim Pool talked about Miss Marvel, but I think you're trying to entice the media to go after him. Jay Schwalbach always dropping some crazy stuff. Let's see. I'm trying to see what we got. iCanalist. Hail, Jeremy. I stand with Geeks and Gamers. Thank you, iCanalist. Matthew Hammond. I appreciate you, Jeremy. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. I'm going to end up having to do a square up. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to do it the only way. I'm not ending yet. So I'm not ending yet, but we're going to do the square up on D-Day Cobra. We're going to bring D-Day Cobra back. We're finally bringing it back. And
did you hear about the creator of Friends?
I did, to give the money to, they donated all that money to make up for not having black characters in Friends. What the
For not casting black characters as main characters.
Wait,
Friends. $4 million.
Tim Pool did talk about Miss Marvel tonight. So let me get this straight. So D-Day Cobra is the one that's destroying everything Miss Marvel, even though I've never talked about it with my $9 I made this month. But you're not gonna go there, Tim Pool. Dominic says, first super Fallout 4 is the greatest game of all time. Change my mind.
It's not.
It's not.
That's
but
the only argument.
I respect
I know. I have an argument. For it.
Okay.
One sentence argument. A settlement is under attack.
Hang
If I hear that
folks.
fucking line one more time in Fallout 4, I'm gonna go crazy.
So I would say, and obviously I know there's a huge Fallout 4 fan base out there. I would say Half-Life 2 is the greatest game of all time, objectively. If I'm just stepping back, and a Half-Life 2 with episode 1 and 2 added into it, greatest game I've ever played. Greatest game I've ever played, and it stands up the test of time. So that's my greatest game of all time.
Witcher 3.
Okay. There you go. So you got 3 disagreements. Clearly, we're all toxic because we don't agree.
Resident Evil 4 up there as well.
As I mean, I don't want to start another Filoniing or anything, but like, will you stop review bombing Half-Life 2 with your fucking toxicity by saying it's not the greatest game ever? You're just review bombing Half-Life 2, and it's fucking bullshit. I'm writing an article right now, I'm writing an article right now.
Get mad, bitch.
You just review bombed Half-Life 2.
Do you know where Half-Life 2 is on my list?
I'm
Do you?
waiting.
Oh, I can't tell you because it's not even on it.
This is the type of toxicity that we have to stop. If only Az wasn't going out of his way to not call for racism and violence. Have you played
Half-Life 2,
Half-Life 2?
not out of 10, not enough black people.
Have you played Half-Life 2 though?
Oh, bits. I've never gone all the way through.
Okay. You should, man. It's really good. It's really good. Especially with the two expansions on it.
The only reason why I haven't is because there's never gonna be a Half-Life 3.
Yeah. Well, there probably won't, but Mark the Cyborg, shout out to Mark the Cyborg. Mark swears by Half-Life Alyx, which is a prequel, you know, and he says it's the greatest. Like, he said it's a phenomenal thing, and I would love to experience it because I do love Half-Life 2 so much. And I like Half-Life 1 too. I played Half-Life 2 first, so then I went back and played Half-Life 1, and it's a little more dated. But Half-Life 2 to me is just like it's so great. The storytelling and the gravity gun. Oh my God, the gravity gun. But when you fight Striders in that game, it's so fucking good. But yeah, I don't think we're going to get a Half-Life 3 ever. And on that note, we're probably not going to get a Titanfall 3 either.
No,
I love Titanfall
I don't
2 so
Titanfall
much.
2 is a great game.
It's a phenomenal
really
game.
underrated. Really underrated game.
God, so sad what happened to that game.
Well,
Truly
they're
one of my
making
favorite games.
Fallen Order, Jedi, Star Wars Jedi. That them, you know. So
And then they're all on
And of course,
Apex.
yeah.
Apex. So it's just tough. But Titanfall 2 is one of my favorite games ever. And obviously I'm a Nintendo guy. And so you put Mario Galaxy is up there, Mario Galaxy 2, Super Mario World. Honestly, Super Metroid used to be until I played Dread. And Dread has replaced Super Metroid. I love Metroid Dread so fucking much. It's so good. God, I highly recommend Metroid Dread. Very difficult game, but very much a great, kind of, it just adds to the Metroid 2D world so much. It's so good. Okay, let me move on. So, and thank you though for that super chat. And so I don't think we changed your mind, but we just told you how what we think about our favorite games. So, all right, we've got. Let me pull this list back up. It's all jacked up after my internet went out, so now I'm all over the fucking place right now. Micah D2, thank you, Micah D2. He says you have many black friends, not just Eric. No, just Eric. That's the only one. That's the only one. None of them really matter. So, according to the media. So, Ripa's the only black friend. Jeremy Sears, how do they explain the diversity in employees of Geeks and Gamers? Not just the religious and non-religious, but the political differences you guys have as well. They don't exist. That's the whole point. They're never going to acknowledge that because it doesn't fit their narrative. The only time they would
Geeks and Gamers. There is no other. You are.
Yeah, there is no other. Yeah, apparently with Repsion's going to put this hit piece out, and apparently he's still he's made videos and he calls me Geeks and Gamers. He doesn't even know doesn't know the fucking. He thinks I am Geeks and Gamers. Like, he doesn't even understand it. It's so funny. I can't wait to see him put I Love the Last Jedi clip in the video. It's like he flip-flopped. I'm like, I've literally broke that entire story down with receipts, but who cares? Go for it. Yeah, clearly the commentary community is struggling. So now they're targeting Star Wars YouTubers and all that. Have fun.
From Onision to Geeks and Gamers. Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. It's weird. Mike Hill says Shaft was at 34% and 94%. Yes, I've talked about that many times. Shaft 2 with Samuel L. Jackson, which it's funny because it had a black director, it had an all-black cast, and the critics gave it a 34%, and the fans gave it a 94%. Those racist critics, just racist as fuck. Just seeing black people exist just triggered them so much that they review bombed Shaft 2. So sad.
Well, Wasn't there a new appointee to the Supreme Court today?
The first ever black person on the Supreme
Yes.
Court.
I laugh.
It's so funny, dude. They're so quick to virtue signal. They're like, oh, black person must be the first. You know, must be the first. It's like every time there's a movie, like Black Panther, first movie to ever have black people in it, first movie ever.
Well,
It went from the first ever MCU movie to have a black lead to the first ever Marvel movie to have a black lead to the first ever movie to have a black lead.
Do you know what Do you know what really bust them? You know, you forget Blade and all that kind of stuff. Forget Steel.
Meteor Man.
Catwoman.
Meteor Man.
But Catwoman
I
beat
know,
them
I know,
to, for fuck's sake.
I know.
And now we're dog shit. Oh, don't call me racist. Shut it.
Yeah. You're not. But yeah, like they just the way that they changed
woman.
history. Yeah. I got the tweet. I have the tweet. I screenshotted this, and it was up for 5 hours apparently.
Wow.
That tweet was up for 5 hours. Right here it is. So this was Good Morning America.
Oh, no, they're right, because if CT is a conservative, therefore he didn't vote Biden, and if you're black and you ain't black. You ain't black.
So yeah, here's the tweet.
It all fits together now.
Good Morning America deleted that tweet after 5 fucking hours. Good Lord.
The state of journalism today is it is in tatters.
Like I can just imagine I've talked about this. Like I had a phone call today. We've got someone that's we're gonna have a new person running the Twitter account. Okay, Geeks and Gamers. It's Blabbering Collector is going to be, you know, kind of heading up our Geeks and Gamers Twitter account, which is at 50,000 followers, by the way, which is awesome. I have the rule on the account, and I'm like, you don't post I or me.
Mm-hmm.
You post we. If you're talking about us as we, so if you're like, we appreciate your support if somebody says something.
Sure.
But rarely I don't really want us responding at all. And we don't have a position at Geeks and Gamers. Like the account has no opinion. It doesn't say a movie's good or a movie's bad. It shares the opinions of the individuals. But the only rule there is you don't share direct political stuff from me or anyone else, specifically me, though. So if I make a political video, like a pro-Trump video or an anti-Hillary video, you don't share that from Geeks and Gamers. Holy fuck. The fact that I have a higher standard for the fucking Geeks and Gamers account than the mainstream has for their multi-million follower accounts is insane. It's insane. You know? Like, good Lord, what world are we living in? Good.
A shit one right now.
A shit one right now for sure. And okay, we got Micah D2 says, Jeremy, you got to live stream more. I love you, man. I was playing Valheim with Az and Quarter Black when you came out of the drought to tell us what happened with Gina. Yeah, so this is the second solo live stream, but then Az hijacked it. But I don't live stream anymore, like at least as a solo act, and I have to get back to that. I don't know if you saw that stream I did the other day, Az, but I was talking to everybody, and it's the first solo. I did it. Like
I was writing his hit piece for Salon.
But I kind of talked to everybody, and I said, you know, I feel like with all the things I have going on, there's 10 channels with Geeks and Gamers, you know, plus all the other website, all these other things. Like, I feel like I've lost touch with what made Geeks and Gamers kind of take off in the early days, which is talking to the people directly. You know, like it's one thing to be Tuesday night's main event, Friday Night Tights. You got all these people on the panel, but like me, like I've lost connection. I feel with the audience a little bit, and I know they understand, but it, you know, even if I go live once a week as a solo, you know what I mean? And even uploading to D-Day Cobra just once a week as a solo, I think that's what built Geeks and Gamers in the early stages. And that video breaking down Collider and the fall of Collider and how those guys lost connection with what got them to where they were really hit me. And I was like, we can't lose focus as what got us here. We just can't. And I'm not going to allow that to happen. And people loved it, and it was a great stream. And so I'm going to continue to do more of that. You all have my word that you'll see more of me interacting. Cause yeah, I miss like when I used to solo stream, there was all the memes. We had the Jer Army. We had all that nonsense going on. All the stuff y'all would make fun of me. All these goofy stuff. Like that's what it's all about, because we're no better than anyone. We're just regular people that are blessed to have a decent platform that a lot of you support, and we know that. And that's why we have what we have. That's why FNT is doing so well, because it's just real people on there bullshitting.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I realized is, when me and you had our little dust up, and then we just were like, saw people freaking out, and then like me and Gary, we did the binge versus weekly, and then we saw people in the comments like, please guys don't. I kind of was like, man, you guys got to stop freaking out. But then when I was watching the Collider stuff, and then I saw like the stuff with Christian Harloff, did you see like the argument that they had on?
Oh yeah,
horrible. And that was a real thing. So I know people see that, and they probably have like fan PTSD. They're like, as Jeremy, please guys, don't go your separate ways after an art, because they've seen these shills do it, and they know we're not shills, but I think a lot of them's like, we don't want this to break up, and they get a little worried, and I totally understand that. You know what I mean?
When we had our Filoniing, we were both arguing our points about Star Wars and Filoni, and was he good, wasn't he bad, what he'd said, etc. Christian Harloff said, I've been busting my ass for 5 years as a Star Wars fan, as if it was a fucking chore for him. Well, guess what? We ain't fake fucking fans. That's why we're right. Whereas he was doing it for the term which we love to use now, access media. It was all about access. He was pissed because he didn't get access. We were arguing with each other because we were arguing between whether or not Filoni, even though he was a good writer and put up some good stuff, was good for Star Wars and fandom in general.
Yeah.
With, blah blah blah. So we were actually dealing with something within Star Wars.
We were being fans.
He was a fake fan who just wanted to get to Galaxy Edge and didn't get an invite.
Well, and I've talked about that because I don't think you didn't watch Collider like a lot back in the day, did you? Or did you?
No, I never.
I was a big I watched the hell out of them back in the day. And
he used to watch a lot of Screen Junkies.
Yeah, I didn't watch Screen Junkies, but I watched Collider and Campia and Schmoes and all that. And I've talked about this, like that moment with Christian. Like I firmly believe, I've met Christian a few times, and he's always been gracious to me, even after the channel took off. It's so funny because I sent him and Campia were doing, after he left Collider, him and Campia were doing a live stream. And I did all the roasting of Campia about like, oh, I got more subs and all that. Just, it's a meme. So, but when those two guys appeared together, I went in there and I sent a super chat, and I'm like, hey, this is really cool. Like, no bullshit. I'm going to drop the kind of, the meme as like, no bullshit, guys. It's really cool to see you together. And I wish you both the best of luck. Yada, yada, yada. Campia went out of his way to not acknowledge me or Geeks and Gamers. Harloff, specifically by name, congratulated me for all my success on that same super chat. And that kind of, so my whole point here is I think genuinely Christian Harloff is a genuine Star Wars fan, but that moment is what Star Wars, or that what Disney has done to Star Wars. They have turned it into a job where people have to work to get into their good graces now. That was that represented how bad Disney has damaged it, and what they've done to the fandom and what they've done to the media that covers it. They have ruined Star Wars in every capacity. Because they're so.
Don't want to start Filoniing, mate, but I'd say a lot of it is the Access Media's fault, because the Access Media used to be. I mean, because I used to buy magazines. I used to buy Edge. Edge is still good, by the way. I used to buy a lot of video game magazines, even the official PlayStation magazine, Xbox magazine, third-party magazines, fandom magazines, all of these stuff, and those used to be there to serve the customer. So you would actually still be buying those reviews, even if you're buying the official PlayStation magazine, and it'd still be like, yeah, this game's got these positives, it's got these negatives, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 8 out of 10. And so you'd still take it with relatively good grace. But then Access Media came along, and it became a lucrative thing. And I remember watching, I think it was IGN. I think it was Greg whatever.
Greg Miller.
Miller, yeah.
Total
And he
shill.
was
Total shill.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And he
Mega
was,
shill.
He was talking about, on a Friday night, we take all the fucking goodies that we've been sent, and then we have like a pub quiz type of thing to win all these fucking. It became a lucrative thing for them, and so instead of serving the customer, they stopped serving the customer and they started serving themselves. And what can I get out of it? Who can I network with? What how can that push myself? Now, fair enough, you want to push yourself, but you've lost your audience because you're no longer trustworthy. And this is why people like us have risen
Oh, no,
up.
I don't disagree with anything you're saying. I mean, like I said, so I followed Christian before the Disney Star Wars took over. You know what I mean? So I heard how he would talk about it. But what I'm saying is his
such
actions.
a weird thing to say. It was pathetic.
It is awful. And that's not the worst thing he's done. The worst thing he did is what he did to Robert Meyer Burnett. That's the worst thing he did. So I already fucking called him out on that plenty of fucking times. So don't get it twisted. It's not like I'm saying because Christian showed his true colors when he bent the knee to that bullshit. You know what I mean? That was the worst thing.
Yeah, I mean, for all the kind of ribbing of Campier and stuff, the one thing you can never fault him for is he always stood by Robert. Always.
Yeah, and I saw, and not to call, I won't call you out by name. I know someone in the chat, big sport of ours, they said Campia turned on Robert Meyer Burnett. I think you meant Harloff, because Campia actually had Robert Meyer Burnett's back publicly. Like, he's the one guy that stood up for RMB. So just to clear that up, it was Harloff who turned on Robert Meyer Burnett publicly, which I thought was one of the weakest pieces of leadership I've ever seen in my life. Like, that was so pathetic to let the mob dictate that you're going to do that to your friend. But I don't want to drag all that up because that's water under the bridge. Robert's a great guy. I'm sure he's moved on from it. No need to bring all that up on him because he's moved on. He's doing great things. And, I know he's on with Campia, and Robert is just genuinely a genuinely good person. He really is. He's a great guy. We don't agree on a lot of things. And guess what? That's how the fucking world should work. Dominic for 50 says Geeks and Gamers confirmed Grifter doesn't believe Fallout 4 is GOAT and claims self-racism without going full Ryan Kynal. Kynal. Is Ryan black? I can't figure out how to spell his name. Thank you, Dominic. I appreciate it, buddy. I really do. That's really good. Oh, man. But yeah, so it's a crazy world we're in, and we're not going anywhere. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're going to keep, telling it like it is. And if something's good, we're going to fucking tell you it's good. Problem is most of it's bad these days. Top
Gun, Northman,
Stranger Things season 4, which is about to, I guess it's about to drop. And I'm interested to see. Look, I was not thinking I was going to like season 4 because I didn't like season 3. I was genuinely shocked. And that's what they did, subvert my expectations because I thought I was going to hate it. But they did a great job. They righted the wrongs of season 3. And that shows really good self-awareness from the creators. So, yeah, there is good stuff out there. The problem is that they're taking the most popular things and they're actively trying to ruin it. Better Call Saul is another one, which I'm not sure when the second part of the final season is coming out.
July.
Okay. Better Call Saul is some of the best storytelling you'll ever see. And media, if you're looking for a strong female character, I want to point you in the direction of one Kim Wexler, one of the best female characters ever. And she exists in a pre-existing story with a pre-existing character that we all know already. And she has done absolutely nothing but compliment the story. Wow. How does that work out? It works out by good storytelling and creating characters for the right reasons. That's it. So let me see. That is not true, Paul. I've read several $5 and $10 ones and $2 ones as well. I'm just going through some that I think can extend the conversation. So I'm not just reading big ones at all. So here's one. Here's Mr. Plasma for 5. What are your thoughts on the Orville? I have not seen the Orville myself. As you haven't either.
Seen it.
Okay. The reason I asked that, I thought Az saw it. Okay, that didn't. I haven't seen it. Gary has, at least somewhat. So I figured because of the Star Trek stuff, and I know Gary's been big into that one. So
yeah. Gary's watching it, but excuse me. I know that Gary didn't particularly like episode 3 of this season. I know that, but other than that, I think he loves the series.
yeah, I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about at least the early seasons of that show, but I can't speak to it because I have not seen it. But I don't even think me watching it would probably be beneficial, considering I'm not the only real Star Trek I've watched is The Next Generation, which was a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away when I was really young. But it did show that my parents were good because that's what we would watch every night for dinner. We would watch Star Trek The Next Generation, and it was phenomenal.
Currently on a rewatch at the moment. I'm at the end of season 5.
Is it like, how does it? It's got to hold. It probably gets better with repeat viewings.
Oh,
it's
amazing. It's like it's so well written, and and the characters are so so formed. It's all this bullshit about Star Trek's always been what this isn't a fucking woke show. This is the furthest thing from a woke fucking show. This is as grounded as it could really get. I know it sounds bizarre because it's set in the future with fucking spaceships and aliens and shit. But the characters are so normal, they're like how normal people used to be. Men aren't certain of self. Everyone is like an egalitarian society, and just everyone is based off their position and their role, and has the chain of command is a very respected thing. And look at watching TNG comparative to like Discovery, for example. It's not even comparable. It's how the fuck has Star Trek got here?
Well, I do have a question.
Oh.
I don't think Az is going to get too worked up over this one, but rumor is Picard season 3 is great. Just wanted to see the look on your face. I just wanted to see the look on your face.
Heard that with Discovery season 1, Discovery season 2, Discovery season 3, Discovery season 4, and upcoming Discovery season 5. Picard season 1, Picard season 2, and Picard season 3. Seem to have heard that line many, many times. Always disappointed.
Man. Yeah, but there is, back to the original point of like, yeah, there's some good stuff out there that's drowned out by a lot of really bad stuff. I mean, Dune was something I praised a lot, and I went into Dune. I did not like. I expected to be like, okay. I just wanted to see for the spectacle. I was blown away by Dune. Like, I love that movie. I think it's phenomenal. And then, like I said, to me, the two best movies I've seen in recent years is Top Gun Maverick and Dune. And
I could probably go along with that.
Yeah, Dune in IMAX really did, like, I was in awe, and I can't remember the last time.
The audio's phenomenal in it as well.
Yes, and I guess expectations do have something to do with it, because obviously, I mean, I'm a big Christopher Nolan fan, and I've enjoyed almost all of his movies. I didn't really like Tenet. That's the only only Christopher Nolan movie I really haven't liked. And I saw that in IMAX, and the audio was a disaster in that one. My God, it was hard to hear anything in that movie. That's Nolan's kind of thing. But
yeah, he's got a price.
So yeah, but I movies like Interstellar, Inception, like I these movies blew me away in the theater. So, but Dune, I guess just because I went into it with not low expectations, but just kind of, let me go check this out so I can talk about it on FNT. That's kind of why I went to see it. And I was blown away, man. I just couldn't believe how beautifully shot it was, how well acted it was, and the sound, the direction of Denis, is it Denis Villeneuve? Is that how you say his name? Phenomenal.
Villeneuve.
Yeah, Villeneuve. But yeah, so there's some good stuff, but unfortunately it's surrounded by a bunch of bad shit, right? It's kind of like the Wii library. Bunch of dog shit with Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. That's pretty much what current Hollywood is. Bunch of
what an analogy. Wow.
Bunch of dog shit games that nobody cares about. And then you got Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, two of the greatest games ever made. That's what our current entertainment is right now. I used to go into GameStop and I'm like, look at all this bullshit. Like, who's playing these games? They're so bad. All this Wii motion bullshit.
Yeah. No, I'm good. No, I thought Doom was phenomenal. I didn't quite know what to expect, and I was just blown away by it. So yeah, and then Top Gun Maverick. I was saying, who wants this? It's 35 years later, you know? Come on.
Yeah.
Then I saw it and I was like, that was a sequel I never knew. It's like Joker. When I watched Joker, it's like, this is the origin story I never thought I wanted, but I needed. And Top Gun was just like, this is a sequel I didn't think anyone wanted, but you do need this because this was great.
Right. And good call. We got a new plug, Ivan's Weebs and Waifus. That's the newest Geeks and Gamers channel that we've created. Weebs and Waifus, our new anime channel. Ivan runs it. Kongman appears over there. Krista Nova appears over there. Christina appears over there. I think we're building up something pretty cool over there. And so if you're into anime, if we have any weebs in the audience, please go subscribe to Weebs and Waifus. I'm sure mods can drop links. And yeah, there's just so many. Like the tabletop channel is doing phenomenal right now. And we just got so many cool things. So I forget to plug hardly half the time, but you know, it is what it is. All right, let's see. Sensei Sloth for $9.99 says Salon LOL. After they wrote that atrocious pedophile article, they got destroyed for it. Played the victim and then followed up with another article blaming the right wing for the attacks. They're trash.
I tell you what, I will be glad to be named in an article that attacks a fucking dirty pedo all day, every fucking day. Love my name to be associated with that.
Damn right. You're damn right on that. And Mexican Iron Man 1999 says, hail to the FJL, aka Fearless Leader Jeremy. Question, can you post on the new website so I can renew my fandom? Wait, can you post the new website so I can renew my Fandom Menace member card? Also, and I'd like to add the Mexican racist VIP pack option. Haha, yes. So apparently, you know, there was a membership that was connected to the Fandom Menace. That's what the article said. The article talked about a membership.
Okay.
And I'm like, I didn't know about that, but okay. There was no
it's
like
a hashtag
vetting. Krista says, as is awesome. We got Krista Nova in the chat. You're making him blush, Krista. Blue Eyed Scorpio says, stop radicalizing us. And Micah D2 says, Jeremy was not the leader of the Fandom Menace. I was there. Jeremy's 100% right. Yeah, I never claimed it. People tried to claim that I was that for all that time. I'm the leader of Geeks and Gamers. I'm not the leader.
There was an ongoing joke between you and Gary.
Yes.
When you were, there was an ongoing joke, but
yeah, there was never
anyone took it.
No, well, the people that don't know what's going on took it seriously. So, before
that's because they hadn't
sucked.
bought their membership, so they couldn't find out properly.
That's right. Before movies sucked for $20 Canadian. Formerly Lane from Canada. Well, nice new name. I like it. Hi, Jeremy and Az. I'm tossing my hat in the culture war and hope you'd be kind enough to give a shout out. As the title suggests, I'm reviewing non-crappy movies. Hope you can check it out. Well, that is a damn good title. Before movies sucked. So Lane, good work, buddy. I hope you all the best of luck and everything. And that's a good approach. Before movies sucked. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Pretty self-explanatory, yes.
It is. Let's see.
It's not.
What does Sylvester's baby face mean?
Helpful Finger says Hollywood is dying and Jordan Peterson joining Daily Wire is a massive jump forward. Yeah, I watched the at least as much as I could until we had our stream last night, but watching that Daily Wire presentation was phenomenal. And I want to show everybody one thing from it. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen this, but if you have not, like, I want you to think about this, and this is important. This is Gina Carano. Gina Carano was fired and shamed by Disney. just about a year. Was it a year and a half ago, something like that? She was fired and
probably over a
shamed.
year, probably a
Yeah.
year and a half or so. Yeah,
Fired and shamed by Disney.
in a vile tweet.
And
It's vile.
what they did to her is it's unbelievable. It really is. It's disgusting, and I want to point out. God damn, where is it? I know she shared it. I thought she shared it. Let me see.
She replied. It'd be in the replies. I think she replied to it.
Okay, let's see. Here it is, right here. Okay, so right here, I want everybody to see this. Now, she was fired and shamed by Disney. For what? For what? For having an opinion they didn't agree with. Well, this is
for having an
Daily Wire.
opinion that they themselves went and actually showed was true.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. So right here, this is a Daily Wire. God King himself, Jeremy Boring, and this is at their announcement last night. And he, this was unexpected. Gina was not expecting this, but imagine how good this felt to her after what Disney did to her and how alone she felt. And then this happens.
Undo the damage done by Disney when they unjustly canceled Gina Carano, Terror on the Prairie.
She wasn't prepared at all.
No. Freaking getting lathered up. Good girl.
Gina Carano, everybody.
Oh.
That's good stuff right there. And it keeps going. And she's, I mean, I could say as someone who has met and hung out with her, she is the sweetest person. She's so nice. And she wants nothing but the best for people. You know what I mean? She doesn't have any bad intentions for anybody. You know what I mean? And she's just a genuine person. Unless you're in the octagon with her, she might kind of.
Oh, she could kill the shit out of you.
Woo!
But even Ronda Rousey recently said if she's going to have one more fight, it'd be with Gina Carano.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, not because it's like, you know, I want to fuck that bitch up. She said, because I got so much respect for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like top stuff.
Yeah.
No, I've never, like, I haven't had, you know, any real dealings with Gina. But just from the way that she conducts herself online, well, apart from obviously when she's on Friday Night Times, but the way that she conducts herself online legitimately seems genuine, like legitimately genuine. And the reason you got to understand, people, the reason why she was cancelled is because she wouldn't comply to the mob. She was getting demands because the reason why she was cancelled was for the beat pop boot, by the way. It wasn't for the tweet which they claim. No, that was the excuse. The reason why she was cancelled was for the beat bop boop, because they were demanding, because Pedro fucking Pascal, who is a piece of human excrement, by the way. And I know, ladies, if you fancy him, that's all well and good. He's a piece of shit. He put his pronouns into his bio, and so she started getting harassed to do the same. She didn't want to. There's no necessity for her to do so. She doesn't have to do so. And just as a rib to say, okay, you want me to put pronouns in, I'll put bebop boop. The most harmless of harmless. But because she dare go against the alphabet mafia, that's why she got cancelled. That's why. And from that moment onwards, they wanted blood. It's as simple as that. They wanted blood, and they ultimately ended up getting it. But it's more of a indictment on who she is, really on who they are, and what she truly is. And she truly seems like a legit, genuine, good person. And just like every individual They make their own decisions about what they do, what they put, what they don't put. Nobody has the right to enforce their own ideology or their own desires onto anyone else. Particularly when we're living in an age of fucking stupid twats on Twitter going, I'm a bird.
Yep.
And it's just like, fuck off, you little shit. You're
These
just
people are-
attention-seeking dickhead. Get over
Yep.
it. So yeah, and Gina, she stayed strong. She wouldn't capitulate. She didn't fold. Yeah, it must have been really, really hard. I don't think any of us could understand the amount of vitriol and hatred, and where was Disney, and where were her peers when she was getting death threats and all of this legitimate harassment? She was nowhere. They were nowhere. But now we have manufactured racism by Disney itself. So
Yeah.
hail Gina Carano.
She's awesome. She's the best, and that's all I'll say for now, because she'll be talking more when she's ready, and she got plans, man. She's got plans, and I'm so happy. Captain Apathy says episode 4 of the Orville this season was woke as fuck. They had me entertained, then they just couldn't help themselves.
I think just gonna Captain Apathy for $10 goes.
Yeah, that would have been funny. What are you doing, Jay Hailstorm? What are you doing? Hello. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Jay Hailstorm never sleeps. The man never freaking sleeps. Mary Nicholson.
I can relate.
Nelson Paquette, 3-time F1 champion, got banned from the paddock for calling Hamilton. So, oh yes, I heard about this. For calling Hamilton something rude in a podcast. They're claiming it was the equivalent of the N-word. He's Brazilian, and it was not. I actually I saw the headline for this, Mary, and now I actually want to go read it a little further, because I saw the headline, and the headline said exactly what you're saying that they're trying to say. So I want to look further into that one now. That's pretty interesting. Also, Lane from Canada, who's also Before Movies Suck, just had the best JF&T meme. He says, ask Jay if he can get Thursday on Friday Night Tights. That's really good. So the day of Thursday. He just wants the day of Thursday on Friday Night Tights.
Okay. I mean, they've
really
just done 24 hours work, so I imagine they'd be pretty tired, but I don't know.
Oh, that's freaking funny. Oh my God. All right, so bring Melody Mack back on FNT. Yeah, Melody Mack's cool. We met her in Dallas, and she's really cool. So I'm sure you'll be seeing her around in the very near future. All right, so again, for everybody watching, I'm gonna call this in about 7 minutes. That's at the 3-hour mark. I don't think I may have done 1 or 2 super chat square ups before, to try to get all of them if I can. But this was kind of a topic that I really wanted to go through the article and go through everything and rip these idiots apart. So because of these morons, I'm gonna go live tomorrow, probably tomorrow on Friday, or I'm sorry, after Friday Night Tights on D-Day Cobra. We're gonna dedicate the stream to these idiots who are going after a channel that hasn't uploaded in almost 100 days. And we're going to try to
hit piece of,
we're going to try to put at least 100% revenue increase on D-Day Cobra and take it from $9 to $18. So let's see if we can at least we can do 100%. So I will be live tomorrow on Friday, or after Friday Night Tights on D-Day Cobra. I don't know exactly what time yet. It'll be a late stream. So if you have not subscribed to that channel, please do so. It's time to revive that channel. I know I've been neglecting it because I've been busy doing so many other things, but it's not because I don't love all of you. And the funny thing is I probably have a massive audience over there that aren't really like Geeks and Gamers people, because they're more political stuff over there. That's how I built that channel up. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. So again, if I'd missed your super chat, it's not because I don't, and I see a couple come in, I'll get them. If I missed your super chat, it's not because I was trying to ignore you, but we did have a good conversation, and having Az on was awesome. Dominic, again, for another 20. Thank you, Dominic. You're clearly not that upset that I didn't say Fallout 4 is the best. So, Sonny
Yeah,
says,
but
Jeremy,
there was no message then. It was just silence.
yeah, that's true. Sonny says, Jeremy, why you look like a dirty toe looker when you grow your beard? All love. You know, what was it? Someone posted a picture of me the other day when I had the beard and they were calling me some name. And I'm like, with that beard, it kind of does sell. Like, it kind of looks really bad. So it was really funny. But Az, what do you got going on, man?
Friday Night Times.
Yeah, that's it. Are you gonna get any
yeah.
sleep? Are you gonna play games? Or are you gonna go to sleep after this?
I'm gonna get some kip. Got to do some housework. Got to do some dishes. And then upload another part of Jedi Fallen Order for my members tomorrow. And maybe a video. We'll see what time I get out of bed. Have a wank.
You're gonna have to have a wank. That's
Maybe
just part of it. That's just part of it. That's part of it for sure. Again, more solo streams will be happening between this channel and D-Day Cobra. So I've heard all of you. I appreciate you being patient with me through all the stuff we're creating and all the stuff we have going on, but we will get back to it. Your support is more important now. It's more important than it's ever been, because they're not happy with us. The powers that be are not happy, and they're going to continue to not be happy because again, I've talked about this a lot of times. What happens when something is dying? It gets desperate. It gets very, very desperate. And that's what the media is going through right now. They are dying and they're desperate. And that's why you're seeing them lash out the way that they lash out. I've said it. There's only two answers to the question. There's either we're not important enough for Disney to care about us. And if that's the case, then who cares what we have to say, right? Or if the things we're saying aren't true and we're so important, Disney could simply just release a statement to clear it up, can't they? Of course they could, but they won't. So which is it? Either we're not important enough to matter, or if we are important and the things we're saying wrong, then the company that you claim that we're affecting, they could simply just release a statement, clear it all up right now. Wonder why they don't do that. Probably because they know that we're right. And they don't like that. They don't like being called out. They don't like being held accountable. They want the Denny's fast food collider shilling. Did you see that video? Oh, no.
Oh, I've heard about it. But I haven't seen it.
As we're going to watch it before we leave. We're going to watch it. As this is the worst thing.
I have heard about it, though.
This is the worst thing you'll ever see.
That's the analogy I heard. Oh, this is the worst thing I've seen since that Clyde Denny's video. It's like, what?
No, this is bad. This is bad. Okay, let's see.
This is either Star Wars or the Lord of the Rings meal or something like that, isn't it?
It's really bad. It's really bad. Okay. So this is I gotta fast forward a little bit here. Okay, here we go. Are you ready to see
I'm ready.
Shilling on a level that you have not seen before, sir?
I have watched Campion.
We are live at Denny's. It's May the 4th, and man, am I excited.
This is to promote Solo.
Fantastic. Is it good? What do we got?
Cuisine is always here, Christian. So much great food, trading cards, collector cups to get into. But first, it's basically like you're at a Denny's in a galaxy far, far away, which is kind of how I feel right now.
We're debuting some of the new menu items they have at Denny's. You guys can check out. So we have the light.
You're playing Adagio for strings.
Somebody like me who currently employs a personal trainer. 2 moon skillets, diced ham, fresh spinach, sauteed mushrooms, and browns. Topped with Gouda cheese sauce, cheddar cheese, and eggs.
How did fandom go wrong?
Very excited about with some of your favorite characters. You get the cool Falcon design on there. The more packs you get, the better chance you have of getting one of the special foil cards. They made these special foil cards. There's one in every
for strings in the background, man.
$100 on eBay right now, which.
Did you hear what he said?
There's one in every 100 packs, and they're already going for like a couple $100 on eBay right now, which something that's really cool that you can check out right now. Denny's.com is the Smuggler's Dice Sweepstakes, which is basically giving you, the fans, the opportunity to roll the dice. You're rolling Han Solo's dice.
You see the dice hanging? He hangs them onto the, I think it's the little.
Dice are gonna have so much to do in this movie.
Fucking
Right?
thanks for that contribution, darling.
And when you go
That
back
really
and watch
enhanced
that
the
scene,
conversation.
there's so much
Yeah.
more to what those dice mean.
It's so exciting, and I think
And when you go back and watch that scene, there's going to be so much
Yeah.
more to what those dice mean.
it's so exciting.
And I'm starting to get more and more excited about this movie, way more than I was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I totally agree with you. Like,
I didn't know that I needed a Han Solo movie. I even said as much. I said, I don't think I need this movie. But now that I've seen all this material, I need to see this movie.
It looks so well oiled. It looks, I mean, the movie looks solid. People are starting to get excited for it.
Lost money. Lost money.
Oh, Az, you want to see the best part of this one? Here's the best part of this video.
This is
Star
the best
Wars,
part.
everything Star Wars and nothing but Star Wars, and that's what we're going to do here. And all these cries we hear, Star Wars is dead now. Okay, sure. If you really believe that, go ahead and believe that. I was in the movie theater watching Black Panther with a live audience, and the trailers play, and the solo trailer plays. By far, the solo trailer got the biggest pop in the audience. And I was like, what?
No, it did not.
And then we get this tracking numbers come out saying 150 million plus, now saying like 170 million plus.
Wow.
Then we get this report from Fandango about advanced ticket sales doubling that of Black Panther, only following a bit behind between the advanced ticket sales in the first 24 hours of Avengers Infinity War.
Doubling Black Panther's ticket sales. Yet when many of us log on to see what the ticket situation is actually like, there are a lot of legit empty theaters. So
Solo could become the 7th film in history to open up to 200 million. I
Oh. Ooh. Ooh. That's there's only one thing there's only one thing to add to that one right there.
This is not okay. It's just not.
Oh.
Ooh. Never would have thought that possible. I still don't think that'll happen.
Look, classic can't be a double speak. I don't know why I muted out. Let's see. Hang on. Disney cool.
I don't think it's going to happen, but it could have opened to $500 million.
Anyway, that's the that's the way to end it right there.
Why did people go to other channels? I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Where did it go wrong?
And just like, look, I know you can find anything anybody has said and clip it and put stuff out of context. That's fine. These are people that are still carrying the Disney banner to this day and saying that people that are in their basements are the ones that are criticizing Star Wars to this day. Like, that's the problem here.
This is clearly not a basement. You can see the stairs behind me.
Yes. So anyway, that was yeah. I mean, I've seen it before, but just watching, especially with Az's reaction.
Dear God, that Denny's thing was, I could barely watch it. it hit a cringe level past my tolerance levels. I had to cover up.
Yeah, it was bad. Okay, so on that
note, like I'm in a far, far away, and Denny's far. I wish we were in a fucking Denny's far, far away.
If we're gonna end it on that note, again, I will do the square up tomorrow night on D-Day Cobra on my personal channel. We're gonna dust that channel off. And Lisa, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Appreciate you as always. You're always supportive. Greatly appreciate that. And yeah, we'll dust the D-Day Cobra channel off, and we will do the super chat square up over there. I'm looking forward to talking with you all over there, and as well as everyone else that probably thinks I'm dead that don't follow Geeks and Gamers over there. They probably think I'm dead. I don't know what. That's going to be very fun to see the reaction there. But tune into Friday Night Tights tomorrow on Nerdrotics channel. It's going to be a banger. Have we announced the guest yet publicly?
I don't think we're public announced.
Okay.
No.
It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Couple people, someone that I was did a show with just a few days ago will be on, and we'll have a couple of guests. So I'm looking forward to it. So thank you so much for being here, buddy. It's always a pleasure to be on with you, and we do have to get you on some of these gaming streams with us sometime. So you're
in between marches.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get in the way of that. So wouldn't want to get in the way of that. But as a person that is a astute follower of the YouTube guidelines, that goes out of my way to condemn racism and violence, I thank Salon or whatever the fuck their name is for praising me so much.
Well, howdy, partner.
Have a great night, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.